That's the head coach of the Manitoba Moose, Pascal Vincent. Many thoughts going into this matchup, a very interesting matchup as the Moose take on a Rockford team that's playing its best hockey of the season. Rockford winning 3-0 against the Chicago Wolves in the opening round and just 5 regulation time losses in their last 24 outings. They got 6 players down from the Chicago Blackhawks at the end of the season. For the Blackhawks, they are a team locked and loaded for a long run in the playoffs, and the Moose are hoping to build on their success in that 5-game win against Grand Rapids in round number 1. Plenty for us to discuss in the next block of our pregame show. Stick around to get more from Trevor Kidd as we get you ready for the opening face-off tonight. Some of the key storylines heading into the matchup. Game 1 of this Central Division final is coming up in just a little bit. You're listening to Tradesman Heating and Air Conditioning, Manitoba Moose Hockey, and it's here on TSN 1290. Back at Bell MTS Place, Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd getting ready for Game 1 of the Central Division Final. Manitoba Moose and the Rockford Ice Hogs, teams that played 4 times in the regular season, each side winning twice, neither side able to win on home ice. We'll see what the Moose can do on home ice to begin this series here tonight. And Trevor, let's talk about that, the start of the series, the start of game number 1. So important for both teams, but the Manitoba Moose will want to be ready because they weren't ready in round number 1, and it nearly cost them.
Yeah, you know what, absolutely, Mitch, and it's it's interesting to hear Coach Vincent talking about how the group almost grew in the first round, right? Spoke about coming back in the series, the adversity that they had, obviously finishing off in the fashion that they did, growing together, learning together, buying in, caring for each other. So interesting. Now they get out of that series. Now they're facing a team here, and just looking at the stats, I mean, this Rockford team is absolutely on fire right now, right? To end the regular season, to sweep Chicago like they did, their goaltender is playing so well. As Pascal Vincent, they got a team that has a ton of NHL experience, veteran guys, 1,500 NHL games spread amongst the group. So a start is going to be very big, very huge. To let Rockford know that, listen, this we're here to, for real. We played well ourselves in the first round. We're growing, we're learning, and we're learning on the fly and doing very well at it, right? So, to me, when I look at this, and you look at those NHL games, you look at the experience, yeah, for sure, the start is big. And the one little X factor I look when you talk about this, when you talk about a start, the first 10 minutes, it's almost the first 2 games, right? When the series is 2-3-2, it's not only the start, it's just to try and get out of here with both games going to Rockford. To me, if you're Rockford, you're looking at this, guys, let's just get the split here. We go back home for 3 games. We can finish it off at home.
Sure.
So to me, you mentioned the start is very big here to set the tone, not only for this game, but both games here at home.
And when you take a look at this Rockford team and the way that they play, they are a lightning fast transition team. You turn the puck over and they are on the go. They're heading for the attack. They like to create scoring chances. They're not going to stand around and wait for an invitation. So it seems to me that structure and discipline are very important for Manitoba.
So huge. I mean, it's something that, I've done a lot of the Jet games this year, and it's something that Paul Maurice has really spoke about when you talk about the Winnipeg Jets. And going back to the few games that I did early in the year with the Moose, it's amazing how there's so many synergies in regards to the structure and how they play, right? So right away when you start talking about that, similar type things, when you start talking about both coaches, talking about transition, it'll be turning the puck over in the right areas, right? Getting the puck out in the defensive zone at the blue line. When you're in the neutral zone, getting it in behind those defensemen. You were mentioning, Mitch, there were a lot of turnovers in a couple of those games with Grand Rapids at the blue line, just simply Manitoba not getting it in behind them, getting it on the forecheck. So turning the puck over in the right areas is so important, and it'll be important here for the start, but over the course of the series as well.
Puck management absolutely critical to the success of the Moose in the first round against that Grand Rapids team that were defending league champions. That management will have to be spot on for sure against this Rockford team that's feeling very good about itself coming off a sweep against the division champions, the Chicago Wolves. A lineup change of note, you heard about it in the opening block tonight. Tanner Kaspick will come in and play his first professional game. He'll work on that fourth line with Cam McLeese and CJ Cease. Back to 12 forwards for the Moose for the first time in a little bit, and 6 defensemen working on the blue line in front of Eric Comrie. Comrie, a .943 save percentage in his last 3 starts of the opening round. He's going up against a fellow Californian, Colin Delia, red hot in goal for the Ice Hogs, 3-0, 152 his goals against in the opening round against Chicago with a .949 save percentage, and in front of him 11 guys who played with the Blackhawks this season. Should be a ton of fun. Game 1 coming up next on TSN 1290. Manitoba Moose went the distance in the opening round with the reigning Calder Cup champs and emerged on to the Central Division final. Now they're taking on the Rockford Ice Hogs, the American Hockey League affiliate of the Chicago Blackhawks, a team that got by the division champs in round number 1 and did it in 3 straight. Should be an interesting matchup. Teams met 4 times in the regular season, each side winning twice. Neither side able to win on home ice. The Moose know that's got to change if they're going to come out of this round and move on to the Western Conference Final. Great to have you with us tonight from Bell MTS Place. Mitch Peacock alongside Trevor Kidd. Moose are in blue down to our right, and the Ice Hogs in those Chicago Blackhawk-styled uniforms down to our left in predominantly white. Netminder for the visitors tonight is Colin Delia, 3-0 with a 1.52 goals against and a 9.49 save percentage in this postseason. He has lost once in regulation time in his last 16 appearances. Meanwhile, Eric Comrie gets the start for the Moose. Sensational to help the team wrap up that first round victory against Grand Rapids. A 9.43 save percentage over those final 3 games. The referees tonight are Chris Schlenker and Reed Anderson. The linesman Kelsey Mahoney and Travis Garlitz. The puck is dropped and we're underway. It's game 1 of the Central Division Final. Puck sent into the Rockford zone. Put on the boards on the right side. Andreas Martinson is there. He'll go to neutral ice, tracking it down Svedberg. Svedberg will play it forward, then it's hacked in the Moose zone. Melchiori back on it. He's pressured. In the corner, Melchiori working against Martinson. Martinson emerges to the line. Franson a shot, deflects wide. Over to it, Godovets. Sutter can't get it out as he tried to take the pass. In the left wing corner, Martinson bumped by Godovets. Onto it, Lapon. Trying to play it to Sutter, intercepted, sent back low. Godovets there, helping out Melchiori. In to assist further is Sutter, and he'll make sure the puck gets out. 55 seconds played in the opening period as Schilling gets physical on David Kampf. First year in North America for the Czech centerman, Kampf. He got bumped down by Schilling. Skating to the attack, Cormier with the puck. He's in the Rockford zone, fired, deflected wide. Picked up on the rebound by DiDomenico. Odd man rush back the other way. DiDomenico looking in front, plays it back door and nearly tucked in. Now an angle shot redirected wide of the Moose goal. Lemieux puts it on the boards. Robinson tried to clear, unable to do so. In to assist Stojkovic, and he'll bump it out to that neutral ice area. Rockford known for its quick transition. We've seen it already. Schilling backtracks into his own zone. Lance Boma comes over. Schilling ahead for Cormier. Cormier on for Robinson. He'll make sure it gets in the Rockford end and we get a change.
Well, you said it, Mitch. You have seen that right away from Rockford. The quick transition. They're very hard on pucks, very quick on pucks, and really get going on the offense so quickly.
Moose trying to do that themselves now as they're into the Rockford zone. Bumped in behind the net. Delia will come out and stop it out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. He plays it over to Forsling. Gustav Forsling on the wing for Lewis. Lewis gave it back to Forsling and he clears, but not far, and snapped right back in by Melchiori. Ricochets around the right side. Patan was there, stripped away by Lewis. Lewis a lead pass. Pelche with some room, couldn't take the puck. And it goes for icing as again that quick transition shows itself. Just didn't work out that time for Rockford.
Rockford is on the left side half wall at the hash marks. And as soon as he picks up the puck, the head is up. And boom, you could hear the Rockford guy screaming for the puck. And he's already at the darn red line. I mean, that's how quick they're trying to move the puck up. So something to be aware of here for the Manitoba Moose. The old head on a swivel with the defenseman. Watching guys blow in the zone into that neutral zone will be so important.
They don't need a lot of time to decide that they're on the offense. As soon as somebody touches the puck, it's a go. Here comes the attack once more. Johnson with a snapshot off the wing. Comrie takes it on the Moose and stops the play. 2:22 into this scoreless first period. It's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to see it, and it doesn't take long to pick up on their philosophy.
Big time, and you just see in this here, they gain the zone quickly for Eric Comrie, a guy that obviously played well getting out of the first round. Nice to get that nice easy shot into the crest from the angle early in the game, 3 minutes in.
Yeah, he'll take a few of those to settle down after that backdoor chance earlier gave him a bit of a scare. Didn't result in an official shot on goal, but was a close call. Now a physical effort there as Scarbosa comes together with Johnson. Moose looking to get out of the zone. DeLeo plays it on for Patan. Patan across the red stripe in the Rockford end to DeLeo. He looked to get it in front with Scarbosa charging the net. Didn't work. Scarbosa's been shaken up as he hits the end boards. Meanwhile, down at the other end, Comrie steers a shot away. Puck will come out between the blue lines. Picked up by Rockford. Across the line they go. Drive, Comrie the save. Looking for the rebound was Highmore, but it'll come to McLeese of the Moose instead. McLeese in the corner, working away from Tyler Sakura. And the right shot centerman out of Mount Royal University plays it off to his left. Schilling looking up ice. Played more than a year and a half with the Rockford IceHogs. Cameron Schilling heads the bench on a change. Clendenning forward, deflected by Martinson into the Moose zone. Comrie's out of the net. Behind the goal, has a little trouble with it, turned it over. Martinson finds it in the corner to the line, handled by Dahlstrom. The long shot's off the target. Melchiori comes over, swings it around the boards, and starting ahead was Cease, but he lost his footing. Now to play at the Moose line. Cease with another crack at it. He'll play it onto the blue line area, Rockford side. Tanner Kaspick at his first pro game gets a big bump on Clendenning. Kaspick, a long-time Brandon Wheat King, finished his junior career with the Victoria Royals. 25 goals his past season. A good first shift, couple of knocks, and heads over the bench. Now with the puck in neutral ice, it's the Moose. Here comes Lemieux, fires it, and a save by Delia, who moves sharply to his right to keep that one in front of him. And a great effort by Brendan Lemieux just to get the puck to the net as he quickly got in the zone.
Well, he gained the zone with a lot of speed here. And just a quick little play by Robinson over the blue line. Lemieux gets it. And a quick little wrister. You see DeLeo gets a good, he has a good eye on it, quick shot. But what's interesting is Lemieux takes a good hack on the hands as he goes behind the net. And you mentioned one of the big things going back to that first series against Grand Rapids was the after the whistle type stuff and having the composure and discipline to not get into it. And boy, Lemieux took a good one there on the hands and basically looked at the referee, said what the heck's going on, and skated away.
That's a lesson gained from the opening round as Schilling drives one, turned away by Delia. Cormier will put it behind the net. Robinson now to the line. Schilling snaps it, redirected, knocked down in front. Cormier in a battle finds Lemieux. Lemieux into the corner. He's pressured, coming in to help out. Robinson, Moose still on the puck. A good shift here from this line in the corner for Cormier to the line. Schilling fires, knocked down in front. Kampf will skate over, but picking it up is Boma. Boma across the halfway line. He gets in across the blue line and taken down heavily by Stojkovic. Now Boma along the boards, plowed into by Lemieux. This physical edge coming into the game here early in period one. Boma to the line. Franzen drives it, knocked down in front. Lemieux puts it forward, taken by J.C. Lapon. 17 goals in the regular season, looking for his first of the playoffs. Shoots it in, gets in on Svedberg, 6'9". Sutter comes in to lend a hand. 6'5", he can compete and gets the puck around the boards. Beauvillier steers it behind the net. Lapon quickly over. Tried to drop a pass to Beauvillier. It ends up with Sutter. Sutter looked for Lapon, but Franzen read it well, and Rockford clears. At the Moose line, turned back forward. Onto it, Sutter. Left side, Beauvillier shoots, and a save there by Delia, who cut off the short side. The rebound gobbled up by Lewis. Out of Miami of Ohio, and Lewis will get it down in the Manitoba zone. Back and forth they go. Pacey start to this one. Inside the Moose zone, along the boards left side. DeLeo makes sure it gets clear. Clendenning onto it. 86 NHL games with 6 different teams. Started the year with the Arizona Coyotes. Adam Clendenning. Gives the puck off to Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom ahead, deflected by Highmore. Couldn't get it deep. Now he will. Onto it, Godovets. Godovets behind the net. Taken by Scarbosa, who was shaken up earlier. Good to see him back out there, but the Moose can't get out of the zone just yet. Now finding it, Melchiori to Godovets. Godovets forward, redirected by DeLeo, and deep it goes. Delia plays it. Was appearing to be icing, but play allowed to carry on. Now striding to the red line, Clendenning lifts it ahead, knocked down by Niku. Niku quickly on the left side on the tape for McLeese. Turned back at the Rockford line. Johnson's there at the University of North Dakota, and he'll play it in. Back to it, Melchiori. Leaves for Niku. Now it'll go to McLeese. McLeese took a bump from John Hayden, but put the puck to Melchiori. Already 6 minutes and change played here in this scoreless first period. Shots even at 3. Moves to the Rockford line and then checked and back the other way. Radish. Long shot, soft one, turned away by Comrie. Over to it, Schilling. Kaspick back to help out. Experienced centerman playing on the wing here. Gets it ahead to Cease. Cease with the shoot in. Delia leaves it behind the net. Forsling gobbles it up. Starts forward with his head up. Gustav Forsling makes his way to the red line. He'll wrist it off the end glass. Bounces around the left side. Schilling Ahead for Robinson. Now Cormier with some pace through the neutral zone. Angle shot is wide. Held in the line by Kostelik. Kostelik will drive it off the end boards. Over to pick it up, Friends, and long lead pass to Boma. Boma ridden out of the play by Lemieux, getting back well. Centering effort, intercepted by Stojkovic. Stojkovic as far as the center ice line, now the Rockford blue line, and played in the right corner. Gathering it in, Franzen on the left wing, Kampf. Long pass for DiDomenico, staying right with him, Stojkovic. Stojkovic in the battle, steered the puck loose, scooped up just in time by Robinson, who makes his way to center. Plays it in on Delia, and Delia will hold on to it. 12:07 to go in period one. Scoreless, 4-3 the shots for Rockford. And these guys are playing like they've got a plane to catch. This one moving quickly. We've got much more to come right after this on TSN 1290. Anything you want to talk about? Back in downtown Winnipeg, Central Division Final officially underway. Game one, scoreless, Moose and Rockford, 12:07 to go in the first period. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd. Good start for the Ice Hogs. Big response from some of the veterans for the Moose.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could definitely see, and we talked about it, Rockford has the transition, right? They're trying to fly the zone. They're trying to move the puck up very quickly. The first, 3, 4, maybe 5 shifts that Rockford had, they were all over Manitoba, but a great shift. It was the second shift by the Lemieux, Cormier, Robinson line. Had some offensive zone possession, some stuff in and around Delio, and just in and around that blue paint on him. Then J.C. Lepond, Sutter, and Beauvier had another good shift, and then from there it seemed to carry on. It looks like Manitoba settled into this first period.
Getting ready for a face-off in the Rockford zone as we come out of the commercial timeout. 12:07 to go in this first period of play. We talked about the importance of the start for the Moose, and it looked a little bit tricky early on with that speed and that transition from Rockford. Moose tilting things back in their favor. Some off the draw, it's sent down to the Manitoba end. Comrie will come out to play it, icing waved off. Put on the boards on the right side, DeLeo ahead for Scarbosa. Scarbosa softly off the wall, didn't get it deep. Dahlstrom will give it off, and now it's with Clendenning. Then for Dahlstrom, ricochets ahead for Caro. He gets across the Moose line, over to pick it up, Scarbosa. Scarbosa with a goal and an assist in Game 5 on Monday. Had a goal and an assist in Game 3 as well. Big series for Mike Scarbosa in helping the Moose by Grand Rapids. Puck goes to the Manitoba line. Stojkovic gives to Petan. Petan has a look up the ice, back skates in his own zone. And now we'll start things forward. Petan winding away from the checking of H-Shell. Tried to backhand it in, hit Highmore. We'll play it back to Stojkovic. Stojkovic inside the Moose blue line. Looks up ice, holds on, fakes a backhand pass, goes off the boards and gets it ahead. Sutter striding forward, has Lepond with him. It's 2-on-2. More numbers for Rockford now as the forwards come back. And the puck will go to H-Shell. He goes to Forsling. Forsling right side at center for Highmore. He can't get it deep. Picked up by Lepond, but he lost his footing. And the Ice Hogs play it ahead. Johnson will shoot it in and take a hit from Beauvillier, whose brother Anthony scored for Canada today at the World Hockey Championship in a shootout loss to the USA. Puck in the Moose zone around the boards, deflected out by Lepond. And Rockford will go back in their own end to pick it up. It's the veteran Cody Franson. Franson forward, his pass incomplete. Icing waved off, however. Back to get it, Cease on the right side for Kaspick. He'll forward it to McLeese. McLeese to the red line and now outside to Kaspick. Kaspick chipped it in, didn't get it as deep as he would have liked, and Rockford will dump it out. Kosteluk in possession. Gives to Cease. Cease wants to shoot it in. John Hayden snatches it away. Hayden across the Moose line. Looked for Martinson. Missed him with the pass. And Rockford starts over again. Svedberg will drive it in. And the Ice Hogs get a change. Into the second half of the opening period. Scoreless at Bell MTS Place. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd. Game 1 of the Central Division Final. It's a best of 7. First 2 here. And then it's on to Rockford. Here comes Clendenning for the Ice Hogs across the line. Fanned on his shoot-in, taken away by Melchiori. He gives to Niku. Back to Melchiori ahead, deflected by Robinson. Cormier comes over. They're inside the Rockford line. But behind the net it goes, taken by Lemieux. Lemieux looking to the line. Knocked down by Boma. Hacked at by DiDomenico, then picked up by Boma. Boma to the right for Kampf. They're into Moose territory. In the slot, DiDomenico fires, and a stop there by Comrie. And he holds it against his chest as Boma and Lemieux go eye to eye and exchange words. A little bit of that stuff that we saw a lot of in the opening round, but it quickly fades away and the players go to their respective bench areas as the shovel crew comes out. 9:14 remaining in the first period. Manitoba and Rockford scoreless on TSN 1290. Period 1, Game 1, Central Division Final. Things nicely underway, still scoreless. Rockford has 5 of the 8 shots in the game so far. No shortage of speed, no shortage of skating, and if it keeps going like this, no shortage of scoring chances, Trevor.
Well, and I missed, just as we were going to commercial break there, I saw Brendan Lemieux having a heated conversation with Patrice Cormier, and not sure what was going on there, if there was a support or puck not getting in to where they wanted, or the communication just wasn't there, but certainly an electric player, and Lemieux having a heated conversation with the team captain.
He has got all kinds of energy and enthusiasm, and his teammates know that. And that's part of the process of working through things together. It's like a family. Everybody brings something different, and Brendan Lemieux certainly brings that emotion. Here come the Moose now as we get back to it. Scarbosa across the Rockford line. Oh, he nearly got inside on Radish. It went off a skate instead, and Rockford's able to clear. They're in across the Moose line. Down the left side, William Pelche. Pelche took Godovets down. Angle drive, misses the net, and neatly taken in by Patan. Patan will flip a pass out to center ice. Relayed to DeLeo in the Rockford zone. Drop Patan in front, and a chance there for Kosteluk, and he nearly put it in coming down the backside. Delia ended up with it against the side of the net, and he didn't even know it. Great transition there. This time it was the Moose turning the tables with that speedy switch to the attack.
Wow, what a drive by Kosteluk. He was absolutely flying here. Great zone entry, and Patan gets it just inside the left side blue line and whips it right over to Kosteluk, who's driving the net. And he just doesn't get all of it. He misses it just a little bit wide to the left. Crashes into the Rockford netminder, and he, as you mentioned, he was it. Both of them were in behind the goal line inside the net, and the puck actually bounced back out, and the Rockford goaltender had it underneath his glove, not even knowing that it was there. But a great play by Patan and an almost goal there by Kosteluk.
Reminiscent of the Cameron Schilling goal in Grand Rapids the other night that made it 2-1 for the Moose with 14 seconds to go in the second. Ended up being the series winner. A similar play almost providing the series opener here. But still scoreless, 8:10 to go in the opening frame. Play in the neutral zone. Cormier supported there by Schilling and Robinson. They battle along the boards right between the benches. Kick free, comes to Schilling. Crosses the red stripe, flips it left. Scooting after it, Lemieux. Lemieux kept wide by Franzen, but staying on the puck is Lemieux. Now he bobbles. Franzen takes a moment to pick it up. Slides to DiDomenico. DiDomenico, 24 games with the Ottawa Senators earlier this year before being traded over the Blackhawks. Now the pass to Luke Johnson. Johnson shoots it in the Moose zone, picks it up himself, ridden out by Stojkovic. Collecting it high more than he's squeezed to the boards by Sutter. 7.5 remaining in the first. To Johnson behind the Manitoba net. Clendening at the line, tried the quick release, blocked by Beauvillier. Gathering the puck is Schilling, and Schilling ahead for Lepond. Lepond drops it in the right corner. Beauvillier gets there, ricochets off the boards. Johnson in a support role there for Rockford, forward to Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom to Highmore. Highmore bumped it back into his own end. Clendening doesn't want it there, fires it off the boards, and down the ice it goes. Icing is called against Rockford, exactly 13 minutes played.
Well, two things. On the offense part, really like that play again, just going back to that opportunity by Kostelik. Like the zone entry. Good job backing off the Rockford defense because of the speed they had in the neutral zone. And then just a quick play. That backside, backdoor net drive is so huge. Just with the goaltender, that as hot as Delia is, that getting that traffic in front of him, getting guys crashing the net, so important. And on the defensive side, boy, Manitoba's been really sharp and allowing everything from the outside on Comrie. He's only faced 5 shots and a couple good sticks in the lane and getting the shin pads on a few pucks as well.
Here comes Petan trying to set something up again. Got across the blue line, snatched away, comes out to the center ice area. Onto it is Hayden out of Yale. He'll put in the left wing corner. Met there by Melchiori. Melchiori and Hayden, couple of big bodies. Puck bounces free to DeLeo. Forward left side at center. Petan, cross ice shoot in right corner, looking for his fellow Portland Winterhawk product. In the corner they go, and they compete hard down low. DeLeo 7 points to lead the Moose in round 1. And now we get a stoppage, and the net's off the moorings down in the Moose end. Eric Comrie bringing it to the attention of the officials. I don't know if the Moose skaters were all that happy about that. They felt like they had something going, but the net's off, so they've got to do something about it, and they get it back on the moorings over to help out Kelsey Mahoney.
Well, usually as a goaltender, right, I did notice it was off, but you have Manitoba was in the offensive zone. That you're trying to put that thing back in, and obviously you're waiting. Puck's coming back the other way. Now you give it a heck of a shove and put it right into the backboards.
That's how it works, is it? All right, we're on to you now. Here come the Moose back at it, driving that center lane where Sutter. Lepond couldn't get the pass over. On the boards, Lewis, backhand in his own zone. Radish in possession. Radish forward, taken by Carroll. Carroll flips the puck into the corner, rolls it at least. Godovets comes across. He can't get it out. Forsling's at the left point. Goes right side. Radish fires. Nobody in front. Punched away easily by Comrie. But Lepond can't get it out. Here's Lewis with another look at things. He goes to his right for Radish. The drive turned away by Beauvillier. Picking up the puck. Rockford will play it to the boards, but Beauvillier read it well and got it out. Not by a bunch. And Rockford will try to capitalize. The Moose get a change in here. It's played to Boma. Boma the long drive off the glove of Comrie to the corner. Boma to the line, but nobody there for the Ice Hogs. Franzen will go back into his own zone and gather. 5:25 to go in a scoreless first. Game 1 of the Central Division Final. Franzen forward, taken by Kemp. Kemp's got some room. He had a man on the left, couldn't quite link up with him. Goes behind the Manitoba net. There's DiDomenico. DiDomenico comes off the right wing boards to the center of the zone. Back to the line. Franzen shoots, deflected, and went just wide. Comrie watching out to his right as the Moose clear the zone. And it's taken by Kemp. Kemp marches across the Moose line, gets a bit of a step on Schilling. He's in, shoots, saved by Comrie, and picking up the rebound is Lemieux. These guys won't slow down. They come to center, and Lemieux taken out of the play. 4:45 to go in a scoreless first. DiDomenico into the center circle. Checked down by McLeese. Puck comes to Dahlstrom. On the left, it hit Luke Johnson in the skate. And coming over to close him down was Kaspick. Clendening for Rockford. Guided out of the play by McLeese. Pass bounced off McLeese in the Rockford zone. There's Clendening. Sidesteps a check from Cease. Got the puck forward to Highmore. Highmore's bumped twice. Once by McLeese, a second time by Kaspick. Now Kaspick stays on the puck and gets it in as the Moose make a change. Dahlstrom starts out for Rockford. Drops the puck off. Taken in by Clendening. Down to 4 minutes to go in period one. Still zeros for either side. Comrie out of his net. Backhand pass to Niku. Niku forward on the right side. DeLeo. DeLeo gives to Scarbosa. Scarbosa brings it to the right side of the Rockford zone, but Forsling will move it on for Radish. Played ahead Sakura. Then forward Martinson down the right wing side. Niku watching him. Finn and a Norwegian in the corner. Played back the line to a Swede. Forsling fires off a stick and goes wide. Picked up by Patan. Patan tried to send DeLeo away. Swatted out of the air. Slides back into the Moose zone to center. DeLeo there sidesteps the check. Deflected it in, but from the Moose side of the red, they say. And icing is called against Manitoba with 3:22 to go in the opening period. You thought I was going to tell a joke, didn't you, when I said a Finn and a Norwegian go into the corner?
I was waiting for it. That's a great, didn't have a chance to get in on there, but Kempf had a great opportunity there on Comrie. That's Comrie's best save. Came down the right side, took it down low to the goal line, and then brought it out really hard. And Comrie that was his best stop of the night so far. Kempf tried to go 5-0 on him, and Comrie shut it down. Nice stop.
Got down low and pushed hard to his right, made sure there wasn't an opening between the pads. Now he looks out to his left for a face-off. 10 shots in the period. Rockford's had 7 of them. Neither team's been to the power play. And the Moose have the puck off the draw. Melchiori looking up ice. Flips it high in the air. Bounces in the Rockford zone. Picking it up and in. Robinson shoots. He scores! Yeah, buddy! The Moose have the opening goal of the game and the series.
Well, I'm just watching here. Svedberg, who's the Rockford defenseman, is absolutely PO'd about something. And I'm not sure if it was interference or whatnot, but this puck is flipped really high into the air from in behind. Well, inside the Manitoba zone, and just watching it on the replay, inside the Manitoba zone, just, well, literally above the top of the circles, flips it blue line to blue line. It lands in between Svedberg's legs, and Robinson picks it up in behind. And a great little play. He's on the left side. Quick little deke on Delia and puts it in behind him. Great goal, opportunistic, but nonetheless, it gives Manitoba the 1-0 lead.
An interesting play leading up to it, as you talked about, almost like a punt in football. They just sent it downfield, so to speak. And Svedberg, if he's mad at anybody, it's himself, because he couldn't handle a puck out of the air. He mishandled it, trying to glove it down. Here comes Rockford trying to reply. In behind the goal, DiDomenico. DiDomenico skating with the puck. He's a right shot, comes to the top of the right circle, drops to Svedberg, fires, save Comrie, batted it out of the air, sent the puck to the boards. Picked up by Kampf. Kampf will play it off. DiDomenico again, circling. DiDomenico in. DiDomenico with room, can't get the shot away. Now he does, and it's blocked. Desperation work there by the Moose. It's 5-on-5, but Rockford looking power play-esque. Kampf to the line. Taken by Franson, stolen from him by Robinson. Buddy's on the march. Buddy's in. He shoots. And a nice play there by the netminder Delia. The shot actually never taken. Poked it off his stick.
Great poke check.
Now to the line, Godovets. Drops it in behind the Rockford net. Moose have them on the ropes a little here. Trying to come out from behind the goal. Sutter. Sutter in front. Sutter with room. Shoots. Rebound chance. Knocked away by Highmore. Meanwhile, Svedberg won't let go of the Moose player. Lemieux in the corner. Action into the Moose zone. Up with the puck is Sutter. Sutter plays it out of the zone, gets it to Lapon. Here comes Lapon across the line. Shoots, it's off the glove of Delia. Taken by Dahlstrom. Can't clear. Here's Kosteluk looking dangerous. Kosteluk left circle. Fires, saved. Loose in front, and Clendening will get it on to Highmore. 1:20 to go in the first. And suddenly the Moose, the team that's got things going their way. Shots now separated by just one, 8-7. Rockford in front, but the Moose lead the game 1-0. Here comes Martinson across the line. Had it stripped away. Scarbosa had it. Came off of his stick. DeLeo will help out. Now DeLeo is checked. Hayden into Manitoba territory. He gets to the middle. Tried to anyway. Was played to the boards instead. Now the angle shot. Knocked out in front by Niku. Flipped in the air and will go to the Rockford line inside the last minute of period one. And what a period it's been. Back in their own zone, the Moose off the boards. Melchiori finds Scarbosa. Scarbosa across the line, and just ahead was DeLeo, and it's offside against Manitoba.
Well, just after that goal, I'm telling you, and I don't know, again, not sure what Svedberg's upset about. Maybe it was offside, but a huge shot block by Stojkovic. It was an empty net opportunity, hit him in the shin pad. So early first period turning point there.
Key play from Peter Stojkovic. 1-0 Moose. First period will conclude in seconds when we come back on TSN 1290. .2 seconds to go in the opening period of the opening game of the Central Division Final. Mitch Peacock and Trevor Kidd with you. Manitoba leads Rockford 1-0 on the first goal of the playoffs from Buddy Robinson. Came back from suspension for Game 5 in Grand Rapids on Monday and chipped in with a couple of assists, and now he's got a goal. And the Moose have a lead in a very entertaining first period of play.
Well, Delia made an unbelievable stop on Robinson on his second opportunity, that breakaway, and then Sutter had a puck coming outside of behind the goal line on the left side on Delia, and boy, almost all weighted him there trying to go high glove side, and Delia got a piece of that one.
Moose credited with 7 shots in the period, but the bulk of them have been good chances, and some not even counted as shots, as Delia with the poke check you talked about a moment ago. Puck sent in the Manitoba zone. Cormier is on it. He plays it on the near side boards, the left side. Schilling had it. Bumped off the referee by accident. That allows Rockford to get possession. Rockford to the line. Radish to the left. 18 seconds to go. Fired by Forsling. Good block by Cormier, who broke his stick. Now Cormier playing with a broken stick needs to be careful. Jumped over the boards. Angle shot from Pelche. Saved by Comrie. The rebound scooped up by Schilling. 5 seconds to go in the frame. The Moose should be in the clear here as Stojkovic gets the puck off the boards and out. Fans appreciative of what they saw in the opening 20 minutes. Fast-paced, entertaining hockey, and the Moose draw first blood. They lead 1-0 after 20 minutes. We'll take a break, come back with the summary, the stats, analysis of the opening period, and we'll also have a chance to visit with a former member of the Rockford Ice Hogs, Cameron Schilling. Stick around. All that's on the way as you continue to listen to Tradesman Heating and Air Conditioning, Manitoba Moose Hockey on the home of the Calder Cup playoffs, TSN 1290. Back to Bell MTS Place after one period of play. It's the Manitoba Moose 1 and the Rockford Ice Hogs no scores. We get this Central Division final underway, a best of 7. Manitoba coming in off of a 5-game victory over the defending champions, the Grand Rapids Griffins. And the Rockford Ice Hogs sweeping their regional rivals, the Chicago Wolves, AHL affiliate of the Vegas Golden Knights, in 3 games in round 1. That third game going to triple overtime before Victor Ejdsell scored the winner to send Rockford on to round number 2. Here they are squaring off in the first period, a very entertaining period, fast pace, plenty of skating and pucks to the net, and in the end Manitoba emerges with the 1-0 advantage. It was Buddy Robinson opened the scoring late in the opening frame. So Manitoba getting one from Big Buddy Robinson, 16:56 the time in the first period. Julian Melchiori flipping it high in the air, sending it down the ice. Robinson able to take advantage of a mishandle by Victor Svedberg, and in it would go. The second assist awarded to Sami Niku. So Julian Melchiori now 3 assists, playing in his 4th game of these playoffs, and Buddy Robinson with his first goal. Trevor Kidd is alongside. The shots in the first were 9-7 in favor of Rockford. Those shots brought to you by Dr. J. Buenafe. Score more with Dr. J. Visit vasectomymanitoba.ca. Neither team with a power play in the first. And Trevor, I guess it was as advertised. We were told before the game, watch for the transition of the Ice Hogs. They can really move, and then the Moose going to be effective. They're going to have to be disciplined and stick to their system, and we saw a bit of both.
Yeah, we saw, actually, you're right. Really noticeable, the transition part. I mean, and that was consistent throughout that first period, but I really liked the adjustment came quickly for the Manitoba Moose. Certainly Rockford had probably the good part of the play for the, first 6 or 7 minutes, but Manitoba started to settle in. And certainly, and I mentioned it, the Cormier line with Lemieux and Robinson kind of turned the tide with a really good shift with some offensive zone possession. Followed that up with the Sutter-Beauvier line with J.C. Lapon, and from there it seemed that Manitoba really got their legs, found their confidence, those sorts of things, and boy, good job defensively as well. I mean, you can see Rockford gains the zone with that transition that they have, but really kept things to the outside other than that one chance by Kempf, who brought it in and tried to go 5-0 on Comrie. You can see, though, with that being said, that Rockford likes to get it back to the point and likes to use those points for shots. The only reason why they haven't gotten it through, and you can see the traffic in front of that, Manitoba did a great job with sticks in the lane and some shot blocks there. Cormier having one there with less than a minute left to play in the first period. So a lot of good stuff from Manitoba in that first period. Really liked the response after that first 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, they looked like they had gotten a sense of what they'd been taught in the sessions heading into the series from the coaching staff. You know, they'd broken it down in detail and gone over things at great length about what they would see from this Rockford team. One thing to see it in the classroom, another to see it on the ice, and they adjusted as it went along. You know, interesting, you talked about what Rockford can do at the offensive end, getting in there quickly, driving to the net, and then getting pucks back to the blue line, and they back you up with that speed, and they create the window of opportunity to go low to high because you're reacting to all of that pace off the rush. Back you go, and the next thing you know, if they don't see anything they like, it's back to the points, and they're creating another angle of attack.
Well, and it is right. So, I mean, in front of the net as this game goes on, if they're going to continue to do that, put that back to the point, obviously continuing with the shots, getting those sticks in the lane, getting the shin pads in the lane. But if pucks do end up in front of Eric Comrie, it's going to be all about boxing out, right? Getting those sticks off the ice, boxing out those Rockford players in front to try and allow Comrie to not only see that first shot, but to grab the rebound and freeze it up.
You talked about it a little bit in that first period. Brendan Lemieux was the object of a little bit of attention from a couple of the Rockford players, trying to find ways maybe to get him to cross that line. The discipline good in the first period. We didn't see a power play for either side.
No, and that was early in the first period. It was a play that was just behind the net after a whistle, and Rockford went at Lemieux, gave him a good slash right on the hands, and we all know Lemieux, he's a fiery guy, and so for him to bite his tongue and keep that composure there, so huge for that particular player to be doing that. That's huge for the team.
Manitoba Moose doing things right in the opening period and leading 1-0. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll visit with Cameron Schilling of the Moose. Stay with us as the first intermission continues on TSN 1290. Back at Bell MTS Place, downtown Winnipeg, after one period, the Central Division Final, game number one. Manitoba with a 1-0 lead on the first of the postseason from Buddy Robinson. Cameron Schilling's been a big part of the success of the Moose in the playoffs, outstanding in round number one. He had two two-point games, and in that final game on Monday night came through with the series-winning goal. He has been critical to this team's advancement to round number two and really to their success in the season in general. Cam Schilling, also a former member of the Rockford Ice Hogs, so all of those things making him a very topical guest. Welcome back to Bell MTS Place, downtown Winnipeg. Manitoba Moose, Rockford Ice Hogs on the ice, ready to go for period 2. Game 1 of the Central Division Final. Best of 7, first 2 here in Winnipeg. Game number 2 tomorrow afternoon at 4. For ticket information, go to ticketmaster.ca or go to moosehockey.com/tickets. And just a reminder, True North collecting food items at Game 2 of the Central Division Final in support of Winnipeg Harvest. They invite you to bring proteins, carbohydrates like canned stew or macaroni cheese. And bins will be located at each of the 4 entrances here at Bell MTS Place to collect in support of Winnipeg Harvest. Your help is much appreciated. Again, Game 2 at 4 tomorrow afternoon. So they'll follow this one up by getting right back at it tomorrow, 4 o'clock here at Bell MTS Place, moosehockey.com/tickets. And we'll have the broadcast for you as well at moosehockey.com and AHL Live. I want to welcome everybody listening in tonight, watching wherever you may be on TSN 1290, moosehockey.com, or AHL Live. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd, Moose in blue to our left, and the Ice Hogs in white down to our right. The goaltenders out of California, Eric Comrie and Colin Delia, and it's Comrie with the edge. His team's up 1-0. Shots 9-7 in the first in favor of the Ice Hogs. Sutter, Beauvillier, and Lapon to start the period for Manitoba. Melchiori and Niku on the blue line. And countering for Rockford, it's the Sakura line with Martinson and Hayden. Blue line combo of Franzen and Svedberg. And Svedberg will whip it in the Moose zone. Ricochets around the left side. Melchiori waiting for it. Stuck it behind the net to Niku. Niku tried to pass ahead. It was deflected. And now it's played back to Niku. He'll put it on the boards. Beauvillier will make sure it gets out. Third line for the Moose against the fourth line for the Ice Hogs. Manitoba in its own zone. Trying to work free. Niku dances in front of his own net. Slides the puck on for Melchiori. Ahead on the tape for Lapon. Over to Niku jumping up on the play. Niku down the left side. Cuts to the middle. Tried to backhand a pass to Lapon but didn't get through. Now Ice Hogs trying to get it out. They turn it over. Cormier swatting at it. Looking to get it to Lemieux. Instead to the line for Schilling. And we got a penalty here. The first one of the contest. It's a hooking minor. 54 seconds in to the second period of play. And making his way over to the penalty box, Patrice Cormier, guilty of the infraction. That's an interesting one. He looked like the guy with the puck. Cormier kicking the puck forward there. It appeared Sakura was hanging on to Cormier's stick.
Oh boy, I don't understand that one, Mitch, at all. I was waiting, and when he gave the hooking sign, I'm like, geez, I thought that was holding on Cormier. And it's actually Cormier going to
Cormier being held.
Right.
Yeah.
Boy, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You can see Cormier was a little bit confused by it as well as he went to the bench. So a big penalty kill here for the Manitoba Moose.
Right off the face-off. Sent down the ice by McLeese. We've just hit a minute gone in the second, and yeah, Rockford on the power play for the first time in the series, trying to tie the game at 1. They were a modest 38.9% effective on the power play in sweeping the Chicago Wolves. Back in the Moose zone they go. Sakura's in the right corner. Bounced one to the line. Clendenning to Franzen. Franzen at the left circle. Cross ice on the tape. Firing DiDomenico. It's in behind Comrie and then swept out of the crease. Somehow it stays out. Back to Franzen. Shoots. That one hits Stojkovic. Comrie's on top of it. And they're going to dodge those threats and maintain the 1-0 lead.
Oh, I don't know how Comrie got across to make that second save. I mean, he reminds me of Jonathan Quick from the Los Angeles Kings, the way he plays. When he goes down, he makes that original save in the butterfly. There's not too many guys that can move around like Jonathan Quick, and now Eric Comrie here, same type of thing. Boy, absolutely, Mitch, that looks like excruciating to see him move across like that.
It's
Gumby. In the complete splits. Huge save here. Watch him coming across. Oh, unbelievable.
I thought Stojkovic blocked the second, but I think you're right. Comrie got over. Franzen with a drive. That deflects wide. Over to chop at it. Robinson to the line, but not out. Clendenning to the middle. Backhands it to his right. DiDomenico looking dangerous, and he snapped one just wide. Taken by Franzen on the left side. Johnson had it. He's pressured, and the Moose will chop it down the ice. They needed that.
When you heard Pascal Vincent in the pregame show talking about Rockford, talking about the power play and different looks, you've seen it already here. They'll shoot the puck. They really try the seam pass. They've tried it down low. They've tried it mid-slot. So you can see it already that there is different looks on this Rockford power play.
And veterans like Franzen, Clendenning, DiDomenico, they can really work it around and open up opportunities. Moose with some good pressure. HL forced to neutral ice. Lewis will get it. Puts it in off the left wing side. Ricochets around the right. Dahlstrom's down from the line. It gets away from Melchiori. In the corner, Highmore. Highmore to the line, but out of the reach of HL. And it'll go back into the Rockford zone. Fans appreciating that. Down to 18 seconds to go in the minor to Cormier. First man advantage of the series. Lewis comes to center. Plays it to his right for Camp. Camp tries to get around McLeese. Good stick from McLeese. He forced him to the boards. Left side to Highmore. At the line, Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom winds away from Robinson. And then Stojkovic gets to it, puts some heat on. Out of the box is Cormier. Teams are at even strength, but Rockford still pressing. To the line, Radish drives it. That was blocked by McLeese. Now Radish down the line, will whip it around the boards. Taken by Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom unable to get it deep. McLeese will try and push it outside the blue line and does, but not much outside that line. Now the Ice Hogs work it to the right side. Looked offside for Martinson in the middle, but play carries on. In the right corner, Martinson tries to center. Schilling's watching him. Martinson protects the puck to the line, shot wide. Skating over to it on the right wing side, Robinson. Robinson bumped into by Martinson. And back it goes in the Manitoba zone. Comrie will leave for Stojkovic. 3 minutes, 45 seconds gone in the second period as Robinson goes down the right wing, chasing after the puck. In behind the Rockford net. Forsling put it on the boards. Down from the blue line, Niku. Niku below the goal line, tries to take it away from Forsling. Does, is taken to the ice. Play continues. Now Forsling strides to center. Feeds it left for Hayden. Hayden off the wing, shoots, and that one deflected wide. Comes to the point on the right side. Camp is there. And he'll turn it over to Melchiori. Picking up right where we left off in the first period. These teams go back and forth. Puck knocked to the Rockford line. Scarbosa backhands, taken down by Svedberg. He goes ahead for Boma. Boma backs up the Moose D. Cuts to the middle. Gets in front. Can't get the shot away as Melchiori broke things up. DiDomenico onto the puck behind the Manitoba net. Stripped by Niku. Puts it on the boards for Melchiori. Melchiori on the tape in the circle at center for Scarbosa. Right side, Petain. Puts it off the end wall. Scooting after it, Scarbosa. Helping out DeLeo, but it'll go to Svedberg. And Svedberg plays it ahead to DiDomenico. On for Boma. Boma backhands to the Moose line, taken by Stojkovic. 5 minutes played in the second. Moose 1, Ice Hogs nothing. Shots 10-7 for the guests. The AHL affiliate of the Chicago Blackhawks. 6 players sent down from the Blackhawks at the conclusion of their season to join this Rockford team for the playoffs. HL, one of them, behind the Manitoba net. Rimmed around to the line. Clendenning fires. Comrie with a positional stop. Stojkovic found the loose puck. He's taken down. And the fans roaring with their approval as Manitoba will get its first chance on the power play in the series after that important penalty kill earlier in the frame.
Well, that was an excellent penalty kill, and we mentioned that the looks that Rockford has, boy, they like to use the backdoor plays, try and break the seam on the Manitoba Moose on their PK. They had a couple opportunities, and boy, when you talk about penalty killing, your goaltender needs to be at times your best penalty killer, and boy, Comrie made an unbelievable save. I still can't believe he's moving around in the crease there the way he made that save. The original one got through him, just sitting behind him there on the goalpost. He's on the left side, and somehow the puck ends over on the right, and a huge stop. So keeps this game 1-0, and now Manitoba on the power play.
So you didn't use the full splits in your repertoire when you played?
No, I could never do it like that. I'd like to say I could do the splits, but that puts a new meaning to it.
Up with the puck is Schilling after a clearance by Rockford. It goes to Kostelic and then Scarbosa as he crosses the Rockford line. Given to Lemieux. Lemieux will put it along the board. Scarbosa swats it to the line. There's Schilling. Drives it, knocked away by Martinson. On the boards is Kostelic. Goes in behind the net. Franzen will snatch it away. He gives to Sakura, who clears. Schilling will pull it in at the Moose line. Rockford getting a change on the penalty kill. Johnson into the fray. Schilling across the line, the right circle. Put it behind the net. Nobody there in blue. Rockford tries to clear. Well done by Kostelic as he keeps it in. Now Lemieux deposits the puck below the goal line. Sutter rims it around on the right. Taken off the wall by Sgarbossa. Sgarbossa has Sutter in the slot, Lemieux in front. Goes to the line to Niku instead. Niku back to the right, Sgarbossa. Sgarbossa, center line. Niku drives it, deflected en route, and doesn't make it to the net. Right side, Sgarbossa. Into the corner, Lemieux. Hacked away from him, not cleared. Niku at the line, flips a pass across. Kostlik has to take it off the boards. Will backhand it down below the goal line. Got away from Lemieux. Sgarbossa got a piece of it, but Franzen will get a lot more of it to the line and out. It hops into the Moose bench as Johnson comes flying into Kostlik at the stoppage in play. 31 seconds still to go in the advantage.
Well, you can see Manitoba working the half wall there. Got it up to the point a few times. There is some traffic in front of Delia. What I think you'd like to see the Manitoba Moose do a little bit from the points is to find that shooting lane as quick as possible and get it to the net with the traffic in front.
Yeah, there's some good things there, but looking to build on it, be a little more threatening for sure. The unit out now has Cormier, Petan, DeLeo, Robinson, and Niku sent down into the Manitoba zone. Picking the puck up is Petan. Petan to his left for Niku. Final 14 seconds of the advantage. Niku swings it back to Petan. He's got some speed, comes to center. Right side pass to Robinson. Robinson tried to get the puck towards the net. Knocked down. Rockford now looking dangerous, breaking out of the zone. They've got some numbers, but the puck wouldn't settle for Beaumont. Now Manitoba gets it ahead. DeLeo's in. DeLeo the backhand. Saved by Delia on the rebound. Robinson. And it deflects as he centers it right to the goaltender Delia, who will freeze it as the power play comes to a close. So Manitoba unable to add to its advantage, but still leading 1-0 with 12:30 to go in the second. Game one continues next on TSN 1290. One nothing Moose, 12:30 to go in the second. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd. Buddy Robinson has the game's only goal, 16:56 of the opening period. These teams have been flying up and down the ice from the drop of the puck in the first period, and yet the shots are 11-8 for Rockford as we approach the midway mark. I'm trying to figure out what we're watching here because, as you said, the goalies have been great.
They have been. I mean, and you're right. There's been a lot of pace to this game. There's been a lot of transition, a lot of speed and pace through the neutral zone, and there's been some offensive zone time, but really not a lot of generic shots. But the shots that have been on both ends have been high quality.
Very interesting.
Comrie's last 3 or 4 saves have been of the grade A opportunities, been sharp. And same thing goes when you start talking about the Manitoba Moose to end the first period, and now the couple shots here early in the second have been really high quality on Delia.
It's interesting to me because Grand Rapids very clearly wanted to get the puck on the net in that last series. They shot everything. They had 48 shots in game number 3. They averaged over 36 in the series. And it just seemed like part of their plan was put the puck to the net and see what happens. Well, these teams, they go back and forth with speed, and unless they see something that looks really good or something opens up, they're not wasting the puck. They're keeping possession as Delia gets a chance to hold the puck right off the face-off.
Well, and with that said, I've mentioned it a few times tonight, at least on the defensive side for the Manitoba Moose, they've done a pretty good job of getting in the shooting lane, right? There's been a few pucks that have gone off of shin pads. There's been a few pucks that have gone off sticks. So good job by Manitoba in that regard. Rockford has tried to get that shot to net, but Manitoba's done a good job of, again, getting in that shooting lane.
They're going to have to do that now as Rockford gets to the Moose line. Well, before a shot attempt, Moose slow them up enough that they end up at a sink and go offside. So they'll face it off just outside the Manitoba blue line. 1-0. Moose out in front. 12-19 to go. Buddy Robinson missed some key games in an opening round due to that 2-game suspension. Was able to come back in game number 5 with a couple of assists. Has the goal here tonight. He's making up for lost time. Out there now with Patrice Cormier and Brendan Lemieux. That trio made such a difference in the decider on Monday in Michigan. Stojkovic and Melchiori out there as the blue line pairing right now. We've seen the pairings for the Moose shuffled around right from the beginning of this game. Special teams playing into that. A couple of power plays, one for each side to begin the second period. Moose in the attacking zone, looking for the loose puck. Lemieux, he tries to work it to the front of the net, but Delia had bumped the goalpost, knocked it off the moorings, and then lost his balance along the way there too. We saw that net come off in the first period for Eric Comrie, and
I was just going to say the maintenance staff might have to get out there and re-drill that hole. It's the same mooring that's come off the blocker's side on both Comrie and now Delia.
Unless they went to the same goalie school in Southern California and they were taught the same tricks.
Popping it off the same way. Yeah, no, fair enough, Mitch.
Giroux will be to the right of Delia. Now they've got the net in place. Sutter, Lepond, Beauvillier, Godovets, and Kostelik, the blue line pairing. Off the faceoff, Beauvillier sticks it behind the net. Franzen gets away from Sutter. Nice short pass in front of the goal. Ice Hog side to Svedberg. Then ahead on the wing, Johnson down the right side. Gains the Moose blue line. Being watched by Beauvillier. Rimmed around by the Ice Hogs. Quickly to it is Kostelik. Forward, he'll go to Sutter. Former Carolina Hurricane has it taken away by the Ice Hogs. They go back into their own zone. Franzen puts it on the boards. Highmore, the rookie, squeezed out of the play. Puck taken from him. In the corner, it goes for Sutter. Sutter out of the right wing for Manitoba. Puts it behind the net. Puck will run to Petan. Petan to the line. Godovets. Godovets, an ex-Ice Hog. Right side for Kostelik. Snaps a shot turned away by Delia, who picked it up late. On the boards, Lepond to the line. Kostelik fires, and Delia spotted that one early enough that he could reach up with the grab and snare it in that glove hand, his left hand, to stop the play.
No, I like those. That's what I'm talking about from the back end of the Manitoba Moose. Just getting that puck. You see Kostelik there, just drags it to the middle, just a couple feet to the inside, and then just places it towards the net. There wasn't a bunch of traffic there, but to me, those are the type of shots. Start mixing up that way, start spreading things out in the offensive zone, and then you start working it down low and try and find those inside plays.
And with that flurry, the shots are evened up at 11. Face off to Delia's left. Started the year with the Indy Fuel of the ECHL, Colin Delia. Injuries opened a chance for him to play some at the AHL level. He's really settled in nicely. Here's DeLeo with a shot. Delia with a save. Comes to the line. There's Schilling. Schilling on the boards. DeLeo plays it in front. There's traffic there this time, and nearly turned in by Scarbosa in close. Now below the goal line, Scarbosa finds it, bumps it off the boards. Petan. Petan along the wall, taken down by Sakura. Sakura slides to Hayden, and Hayden will make his way to center. John Hayden, 47 games with Chicago this season in the Moose territory. Put it on the boards. Martinson back to Hayden. Hayden, big strong winger, holds off the checking of Stojkovic. And puck deposited behind the Moose net, comes out in front. Sakura, great save there by Comrie, who stuck out the left pad. Back the other way go the Moose, as the fans clap in support of the Moose netminder on a key save to keep it 1-0 Manitoba. Again, Rockford quickly to the attack. They send it ahead. Pass didn't connect, and Comrie steers the puck to Niku. Sami Niku forward for Patrice Cormier. They gain the Rockford line, but the puck will hop to Tanner Carroll. Carroll puts it on the right wing for William Pelche. Pelche across the Moose line, sent one wide of the net. Over to pick it up, Cormier. Cormier put it off the boards. Looking to pull it in was Lemieux. He couldn't, but Melchiori's got it. And Julian will drive a half slapper off the boards left side. Bounces around the right. Robinson's down in the corner, working against the opposite number 10. And this time Rockford comes up with it. William Pelche goes off the boards and out. Pelche 5'7", 167. He's made his way to the American Hockey League out of Division III Norwich. Very impressive. Play in between the blue lines. There's Beauvillier. He wanted to get in, get the attack started, the forecheck going, but a teammate was in early and offside is declared. 9:15 to go in the second period. Nobody has scored in the middle frame. Buddy Robinson has the game's only goal. The Moose lead game 1-0 on TSN 1290. Back in downtown Winnipeg, 9:15 to go in the second period. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd. Moose have the 1-0 lead on Buddy Robinson's first of the playoffs. Each team has had a power play in the second. Haven't seen a goal. We have seen some good chances though, Trevor.
Boy, it's unbelievable. Another great save by Eric Comrie, and that was Sekera that was in front, blocker side post. The puck kind of came out from behind. Now here's what Comrie has to do. He's in tight, blue paint, just on that post blocker side. He has to keep the 5-hole closed because Sekera's on his forehand.
Yeah, he could jam it in tight.
He could jam it in tight. Instead, he tries to go backhand, far post, and boy, Comrie again does the darn splits and get his left toe on it. So a huge save here to keep this game 1-0.
Couple of big ones from the Moose netminder, who was so good to help close out that series with Grand Rapids. Manitoba with the 1-0 edge as Rockford tries to level it up, gets in the Moose zone. Lemieux will find the puck and go to Robinson, then to Cormier. Cormier to the line, fires it in. He was taken down and he went down awkwardly right in front of the Moose bench. Cormier is going to step into the bench and catch his breath. In fact, he needs a little bit of help getting onto that Moose bench. Keep our eyes on that. Puck now coming out of the Rockford zone. Played ahead for Boma. Boma down the right wing, turns the corner on Cease. Angles one towards the net but missed the cage. Caroms around to DiDomenico at the line, the one-timer, and Svedberg's shot is deflected. Cease puts it to the boards, but he's met along those boards and can't seem to free it up. Rockford will. Long shot Svedberg, and a good play there by Comrie just to make sure he's able to hold on to that and settle things down in the Moose zone.
Right, I'm just watching Patrice Cormier here. He went into the boards a little bit awkwardly. It almost looked like he got, squared up on his shoulders as he went in, but still caught kind of the left side of him. And as you see the trainer kind of dealing with him, and he is favoring his left side. Not sure if it's his kind of shoulder blade or shoulder in general, but you see him moving it around a little bit. So, but I think he'll be okay. He's got a stick in his hand, and the trainer's not really dealing with him anymore. So that's a good thing.
So we'll watch for the return of Patrice Cormier. Right now looks on from the bench as CJ Cease gets the puck off the draw. He got it to neutral ice, was rubbed out by Johnson. Those two likely would have met in university play in the States. Minnesota State, Mankato, and North Dakota as Adeshall gets some room. He's in to the backhand, scores. Slick finish there from Victor Adeshall. And we've got ourselves a 1-1 tie as the left-hand shot came down the right side and looked ever so cool putting it away.
Boy, it's a heck of a play. He just found the angle on Julian Melchiori on the right side. It was a quick up by Rockford. It went from the left side all the way to the right. Caught Melchiori a little bit flat-footed, had the angle, and a great play. Eggshell's on his forehand, and he brings it inside, and then boom, quick on the backhand, puts it just about underneath the bar to tie this game up 1-1.
He is a tall man, and that reach is really something. Tough not to bite on it as a goalie. He reaches into the front of the crease with that puck on his forehand, and you think you got to move.
He's almost halfway darn across the net.
Yeah. And then to the backhand he went and fired it upstairs to tie the game. Victor Adeshall, 2 goals, 2 assists in that opening round sweep of the Chicago Wolves. Had the game winner in the triple overtime series decider and gets his team even here in the second. Offside called at the Manitoba line, and that's exactly what the Moose were wary of coming into the game tonight was that quick up, that quick transition for the Rockford Ice Hogs as we get a little bit of feistiness after the stoppage in play. Francis Beauvillier having a look at John Hayden, but they would have talked about that type of play in their pregame meetings, and Julian Melchior had a split-second decision to make. Was he going to back off and try and keep HL wide, or is he going to try and bite on the pass? And the bite on the pass option didn't work.
And that's right, and Rockford has tried that play deep from their own top of the circle to Manitoba's blue line at least 6, 7, 8 times tonight, and finally they got one there. As you mentioned, Melchior was just caught a little bit trying to make that decision. Wanted to step forward just at the last second, kind of pulled back, but it was already too late. Shell had the angle on him and went in on Comrie.
Play in the Moose zone as we get back to it. Scarbosa, former OHL scoring champ, will get it as far as the Rockford line, and the next OHL defender, Darren Radish, moves it ahead. Radish, defenseman of the year in the OHL last season with Erie. Looks on now as Melchior plays the puck to Sami Niku. Niku kicked it outside the line but turned it over. Down the right side, Pelche drops it off for Lewis. Lewis fires, that hit a skate and went just wide. On the puck is DeLeo. DeLeo will send it outside the Moose zone. Skating ahead confidently, Niku, right side. Patan, they're in the Rockford end. Flips a pass to DeLeo. DeLeo goes behind the net. DeLeo now skates around the left corner. DeLeo spins, put it in front. Scarbosa whacked it off the netminder and wide. Niku came down from the line. He tried to kick to keep it in, but it went under his skate. So Stojkovic back in the Moose end, plays it to Patan. Patan being pressed by DiDomenico. Slick backhand pass there to Stojkovic. Back ahead for Patan. Patan in the neutral zone will shoot the puck in. And the Moose start a change. Cormier back in the swing of things after being shaken up earlier. DiDomenico down the right side in the Moose end. Forced behind the net. He'll skate wide with it, drop it off, and then get it back. DiDomenico high in the zone, into the right circle, shoots it, right pad save, and Robinson steers the rebound to Lemieux. Now it's on for Cormier. Cormier down the left wing. He'll send it off the end boards. Picking it up, Lemieux. Drops to Robinson. Swatted away from Cormier by Svedberg, who's got that incredible reach at 6'9". Now Svedberg picks the puck up, passed it ahead again, looking for the quick transition, but read well by Kostelic, who got back to break it up. Moose clear to neutral ice, fired back in by the Ice Hogs, already down to 5:50 to go in the second period in a game that's tied at 1. It's game 1 of the Central Division Final. Jan Kostelic with the puck at the Moose line. Surveys options, goes ahead right side for Robinson, deflected off Buddy, and became a souvenir. And play is brought to a stop with 5:38 to go in the second. Moose in the first, Ice Hogs in the second, tied at 1 on TSN 1290. Five minutes and 38 seconds to go in period 2 of game 1 of the Central Division Final. Mitch Peacock and Trevor Kidd with you. It's a 1-1 game. Buddy Robinson for Manitoba back in the first. Victor Ageshell with a nice put away here in the second to level the game at 1. Shots are 16-14 Rockford to this stage of the game. And we're discussing on the commercial break, Trevor and I, about the transition play of the Rockford Ice Hogs, and it really forces the other team to make some quick decisions.
Well, you're certainly defending in a different manner, right? You always talk about maintaining gap and holding blue lines, holding the red line. But when you have two wingers that have literally blown the zone and are standing on basically your blue line with the puck still in the opposition's top of the circle areas, it is a lot different.
Well, they're daring you to just hang around and see if you can get away with them being in behind. Stoppage in play. We've got a discussion about just what brought the play to a halt and where the face-off should be. Got one referee involved in the discussion. The other's still out in the neutral zone. The one in the mix is Reed Anderson talking with Kelsey Mahoney and Travis Scarlets, and they're going to, after their staff meeting, move the face-off outside the Rockford blue line. 5:33 to go in the second.
Well, since the goal that Rockford scored, Rockford has had 3 or 4 good shifts. Manitoba needs to have 1 or 2 themselves here and kind of even the playing field and get some of this momentum back in this period.
Rockford have not lost in the playoffs. Remember, they beat Chicago 3-0. Moose went the distance with Grand Rapids ending on Monday night. Rockford hasn't played since a week ago yesterday as Kostelic shoots the puck in the Rockford zone. Clendenning's behind the net. Put the puck to Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom pressured by Lapon. Rockford goes up the boards, can't get it out. Lapon, a quick shot, and an equally quick reaction from Delia kept it out. Now the puck's sent ahead. It's in the Manitoba end, but it'll go for icing. And the face-off back in the Rockford zone. That developed very quickly, and a guy who'd love to get on the score sheet tested Delia.
No, it was a good opportunity just in the high middle part, middle hash mark, and just a quick release, quick shot. Good job, good board side battle by Manitoba.
Crossbar.
Brings it into the inside, and there you go. It was a quick shot. It was a quick play. Did hit the crossbar, so great opportunity by Manitoba. I like the fight, though, on the board side. The battle here on the right side. Need a little bit more of that here as we look to end this second period. As I mentioned, Rockford has kind of had the play here in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Moose want to swing the energy their way. There's no doubt about it. J.C. Lapon hasn't got a point in the playoffs, but he had 7 shots in the series clincher on Monday night. Lemieux's down on all fours in front of the Rockford net. Now he's getting up slowly and will recover his stick, but he's been shaken up, perhaps cut, as he puts a hand to his face. He's going over to the Moose bench. Puck was sent down to the Manitoba end. Niku goes to Malchiori. Malchiori will drive it in. Delia's out of the net. It's a bit of a knuckler, can't stop it. On the boards, it'll be played off of Robinson and into the protective netting. Interesting to see what happened to Brendan Lemieux as he's over at the Moose bench, getting a little bit of attention from Jake Wolf.
Well, it looks like he's holding his nose area. He's getting a towel right now, putting it to that area. Not sure if there's been any blood drawn here, but certainly holding his face, and it looks to be the nose. We haven't seen the replay on the play yet, but something happened in front of the blue paint.
Yeah, he went down.
In front of Delia.
Face off outside that Rockford blue line to our right. Ice Hogs get it off the draw, play it over to Radish. Radish forward, run into the boards was Martinson by Godovets. Kostelik's got the puck, sends it around on the right, deflected to Scarbosa. Scarbosa trying to hold off Martinson. Easier said than done. He is a big man. And Martinson is able to help his team to win possession. 6'3", 229 for Martinson, who now further breaks up the play and gets it going forward for Rockford. As far as the Moose defense, nearly turned over. Godovets catches a bit of a break as it bounces to Kostelik, and he will clear. Kostelik took a bump, gets up slowly. Looks like he's okay. Godovets behind the Manitoba net with the puck. Starts out, he's being hounded, nearly turned it over. Good pressure up ice from Rockford. DiDomenico drops it off to Hayden. Angle shot at the outside of the post. Comrie had things covered. Patan turned it over at the line. A drive, Forsling loose in front. DiDomenico, and he missed the empty net as Comrie was diving across like a soccer goalkeeper, trying to get in the way any way that he could. Puck ends up at a play.
Well, and what is interesting here is the face-off is in Manitoba's zone, and it would look like to be an empty net, and he put it over top. But what I'm thinking right now,
maybe Godovets got a stick on it.
Godovets either got a stick on it or Comrie got a stick on it, with it being an empty net. And that is the reason why this face-off is still inside the Manitoba Moose zone. So a great opportunity for Rockford. A great play around the net. Not quite sure who got the stick on it.
Yeah, we only got 1 second
but
look
it kept it out of the net. This game's still tied at 1.
3:37 remaining in the second. Close call for sure. 16-15, Rockford with the edge. Face off to Comrie's left. Cormier up against Boma now. And Cormier gets the draw to Schilling. Schilling's got Kampf on him right away. Turned over. DiDomenico then has it stripped away by Schilling. Lemieux back in the swing of things after he was made to look in discomfort last time out. Robinson driving it into the Rockford zone. Nothing to separate the teams. Late stages of period 2. Up with the puck is Franzen. Franzen on the left side for Kampf. Kampf and across the Moose line. Tries to get to the middle, does so. Turned away on the backhand effort by Comrie. Now it comes to DiDomenico. Hacked away by Robinson. It'll bounce to Svedberg. Right side Franzen drives it. Tried to anyway, but fanned. Taken by Lemieux. Skates out of the zone. Pickpocketed. Pushed across the line by DiDomenico. He went down, grabbing at his face. Nothing coming from that from the officials. Schilling plays it forward. Deflected by Robinson. Didn't get it too far in the zone, and Rockford tried to get back to the attack. But the pass for DiDomenico was incomplete. Just put him in a position to say something to the referee after being knocked down. But the faceoff will go back to the Rockford zone with 2:41 to go in the second. Still 1-1.
Well, and you would know this better than myself, Mitch, but just watching the games and through the first round, boy, and watching the National Hockey League in the playoffs, the way things are being let go, whether it be the stick work or just plays that usually are called during the regular season. How have you found it through at least the first round of Calder Cup play here in the playoffs?
Yeah, I thought that the first round with excuse me, let's get back to the action. Comes to the Moose line, swatted away. Moose are up with it. There's Lepon. He'll drive it in. Knocked down behind the net by Delia. Puts it on the board. Sutter comes over. Bounces to Clendenning. Lewis hacks at it. It'll end up with Caro. Caro forward for Pelche. Pelche down the left wing. Shoots, save. Rebound. Stopped by Comrie. And he holds on before Caro can do any damage. The remaining 1-1 with 2:10 to go in the second. Yeah, the Grand Rapids series did have an edge to it, and there was a lot of extra stuff going on. The officials, I thought, managed it well, but didn't call it tightly like you might see in the regular season. Well managed, but not every letter of the law thing picked up on and punished.
Well, and that's what I found just, in watching here today for the first time, watching the playoffs, Calder Cup, watching the Manitoba Moose. I do agree the officials have really set the tone. Everybody really knows what to expect in this game. Yes, there has been a few things let go, but everybody is on the same page. And to me, as a player, that's all you want.
Players look like they're playing freely here. We've seen good speed, good attacking instincts. Here's DeLeo trying to put his to work ahead for Petan. Petan across the Rockford line, drops the puck off. DeLeo fires, save, loose in front. The Ice Hogs are there in numbers, and they'll go back the other direction. Pelche down the right side. Kept wide by Kostelik. Over comes Petan to bump Pelche. Puck taken by Scarbosa. Scarbosa to Kostelik. Kostelik to Scarbosa. Got away from Adeshell. And Scarbosa will flip the puck into the Rockford end. In to put the pressure on Scarbosa. But Johnson, who's been aggressive, confident looking in the game, gets the puck, but only as far as the line. Melchiori puts it behind the net. There's Robinson. 1:23 to go in period 2. Tied at 1 in the slot. Firing is Cormier. And good stop there from the netminder Delia, who pushed out to challenge and squeezed the puck against his chest.
That is a great play. Boy, Robinson working the puck down low behind the goal line. And just a quick play. And you see the battle that is happening behind the net. And Cormier skating in a little bit, just 2-3 feet outside of the top of the circle, the left side. And boy, he kneeled into that one. That was a great shot. And Delia, arguably one of his best saves of the night.
He did well not only to make the save, but make sure it didn't come flying off his chest and create a rebound.
Excellent rebound control.
Cormier, Lemieux, Robinson, as Lemieux came on to replace Petan at the whistle. And this is the line that's been together for a bit. Puck sent out of the Rockford zone down the ice. Icing call. Lemieux whipping his head back there as he came together with one of the Rockford players off the draw. I thought maybe he got caught high, and he's having a quick word with one of the officials. The official seems like he's instructing him a little bit on what he's gonna call a penalty and what he's not. And if I'm not mistaken, he seemed to be moving his head a little bit as if to say, I don't need the head, Bob. I'll see when you get hit with a stick.
Yes, it looked like the official was very firm in whatever he was saying to Brendan Lemieux.
He was educating. Off the faceoff, Martinson for Rockford. Puts it behind his own goal. Franzen's there. As we hit a minute to go in the second period, lead pass deflected by Martinson. Comrie's out of the net, puts it on the left wing boards. Lemieux sandwiched, the puck comes loose, skating to it quickly, Niku. Niku being watched by Martinson, puts the puck to the boards, long drive, Svedberg Forced Comrie into a save. At the line, Svedberg again. He's going to wind and fire. Turned away by Melchiori. Skating to it, Robinson. 40 seconds to go in the period. Robinson ahead. Melchiori jumped into the action. Holding it at the line, Niku coming over, getting the body on Lemieux. Lemieux needs to be careful here. Doesn't want to put his team at a disadvantage. Now Lemieux takes a shot up high from Martinson. Now Lemieux, another shot up high from Martinson. The helmet comes off, and play carries on. Now Lemieux is going to get a penalty. He swatted at his own helmet. Here comes Rockford. Shot stopped by Comrie, and then Stojkovic puts it off the boards. There's the whistle. And it's interference against Brendan Lemieux. And this has been brewing for a little bit. And it might have been that Lemieux made his own bet on this one after the conversation from a few moments ago.
Well, you know what? He's taken a bunch of licks tonight, and boy, that was tough. He took two very good cross checks to the chin, and the second one knocked the helmet right off of him.
And in frustration, he whacked his helmet.
He whacks his helmet, as you mentioned.
And it hit the puck. And that's the interference.
Unfortunately, hit the puck exactly.
He couldn't do that again in a million years. If he wanted to hit that helmet and hit the puck. That's a tough one, though. You know, they tell you got to put up with things in the playoffs to help your team.
And he has bit his tongue here a few times tonight. Those were two pretty good cross checks to the chin. And as I mentioned, the second one popped his helmet right off his head.
The only thing they keep track of is the goals up on the board, though. You're going to take as many as you have to take. Moose push the puck down into the Rockford zone, in to put the pressure on Sutter as the second period comes to a conclusion. So the Moose and Ice Hogs are even at 1 after 2, but the manpower situation not even. 1:48 to go in a power play for Rockford when the third period rolls around in 18 minutes time. Interesting game number 1 between the Moose and the Rockford Ice Hogs. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get you the stats, we'll get you the summary, and talk a little bit about what we've seen so far over the first 40 minutes of play in game 1 of the Central Division Final. We'll also have a guest from the Moose. Peter Stojkovic joins us in the break between periods 2 and 3. You're listening to Tradesman Heating and Air Conditioning, Manitoba Moose Hockey on TSN 1290. Yeah, that's right. 2 periods complete here tonight. Game 1 of the Central Division Final between the Manitoba Moose and Rockford Ice Hogs. Mitch Peacock alongside Trevor Kidd. And the game is all tied at 1. Manitoba opened the scoring back in the first period of play. The opening goal of the series coming late on off the stick of Buddy Robinson. Set up by Julian Melchiori and Sammy Niku. 16:56 the time of the goal, as Melchiori flipped the puck from the Moose zone through the neutral zone into the Rockford end, mishandled by Svedberg on the defense, and Robinson picked it up, went in, and put it by Delia to make it 1-0 Manitoba. Shots on goal in the first ended up 9-7 in favor of Rockford. On the second period, just the one goal. Victor Adeshell scoring from Matthew Highmore, and also Dahlstrom drawing the second assist. That goal coming at 11:53 of that second period of play. Carl Dahlstrom, the second helper, Matthew Highmore the first, and Adeshell putting it away in impressive fashion. A left-hand shot coming off the right wing, looking like he was going to the forehand, bringing it back to the backhand and tucking it away behind Comrie to tie the game at 1. So just the 2 goals to tell you about from the first 2 periods of play. Shots on net in the second period were 12-10 in favor of the Rockford Ice Hogs. So on the night, Rockford with 21 shots on Eric Comrie, Manitoba 17 shots on Colin Delia. The shots on goal brought to you by Dr. J. Buenafe. Score more with Dr. J. Visit vasectomymanitoba.ca. As mentioned, Trevor Kidd alongside. With Trevor, we were entertained in a fast-paced opening period of play. What did you see in period 2?
Well, you know what? To me, if you're the Manitoba Moose right now, Pascal Vincent, you have to be fairly happy with the way the game is at right now. To be going into the third period, tied 1-1 against a team, Rockford, that, as we talked about in the pregame show, was completely on fire, swept their first-round series. Spoke about all the NHL experience that they have in their lineup, 1,500 games spread throughout. Talked about the speed, talked about the depth in their lineup, talked about the transition. 1-1 right now isn't that bad. But to me, going into the third now, there's a couple challenges here. They need to kill off this Lemieux penalty, which is going to be big. There was a lot of opportunities. Rockford had that power play in the second period, and you saw the chances that they had were high quality. So they're going to have to really buckle down here and get that penalty killed. To me, we need to see a little bit more from the lineup, the depth of the Manitoba Moose. I know maybe not compare it to Rockford, but to me, you take away the Lemieux, Cormier, Robinson line, who I thought have been dangerous for the most part. They've generated a lot of the offensive zone possession. A lot of the momentum type swings in the game have come from that line. A couple of the dangerous chances have come from that line. To me, if Manitoba is going to be successful in this third period, they need a little bit more, not a lot, because defensively they're playing pretty good. Comrie's had to make some saves, had to make a couple good ones. So is Delia.
Yeah.
But to me, if Manitoba's going to have success here, they need to find a little bit more on the offense from some of those other lines for Manitoba.
Scarbosa, Patan, and DeLeo have had a little bit of possession and worked at the offensive end as well. That's your top 2 lines when you're talking about the Cormier line and the Scarbosa line. I think they're probably in and around what's being asked of them going into the game tonight. But you're right, Sutter, Lepond, and Beauvillier will be looked to try and chip in. It's almost not a bonus when you get a goal from them, but you don't count necessarily on it every night, but you do need that secondary element. You need that support scoring in behind those top 2 lines without question. And then we haven't seen a whole lot of Cam McLeese, CJ Cease, and Tanner Kaspick, and that's been partly due to some special teams time in that second period of play. But clearly the Moose would like to skate 4 lines. That's why they dressed 12 and 6 tonight instead of 11 and 7, and they know that Rockford will do that. That they've seen Jeremy Culleton, the coach of the Rockford Ice Hogs, who's done such a great job in his first year. He's leaned on that depth. He's just said, what do you got to the other team? And then up and over the boards they go. The Moose have seen Sakura, Martinson, and Hayden against several of their lines, and that's listed as Rockford's 4th line. They've got guys, 2 of them on that line, and Martinson and Hayden, who spent extended time in the National Hockey League this year. You talked about the experience the 2 teams have. 1,500 games of NHL experience for Rockford. This year in the NHL, 304 games for Rockford. In the NHL, 24 for Manitoba.
Well, when you talk about it too, right, you go back to the Grand Rapids series, and I spoke about this with you in the pregame. 12 Manitoba Moose players had their getting their feet wet, just playoff action. And you mentioned 17 by the time
16 by the end.
By 16 by the time it was end. So amazing comparison when you talk about 1,500 games in the NHL and 16 guys just getting their feet wet with Calder Cup playoffs. So with that said, yes, hey, this game's 1-1. They're right in it. It'll be an interesting last 20.
It certainly will, and we're really curious about the first minute 48 of that third period with
absolutely
Brendan Lemieux set to serve the remainder of his interference minor penalty with this game all tied at 1. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a chance to visit with Moose defenseman Peter Stojkovic, so stick around for that. All tied up after 2 on TSN 1290. That's fine. Manitoba 1, Rockford 1 after 2. Game 1 of the Central Division Final between these two teams. They'll go back at it tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock. The game will be available on moosehockey.com and AHL Live. If you need tickets for the game, we invite you to visit moosehockey.com/tickets. Again, 4 o'clock. And we continue to collect for Winnipeg Harvest. If you're down for the game tomorrow, please bring along a non-perishable food item for that. Great support for that already in the last couple of days. All right, 2 periods done, and time to catch up with Moose defenseman Peter Stojkovic. Back ahead to the start of period 3 at Bell MTS Place. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd. A 1-1 tie in game 1 of the Central Division Final. Manitoba getting a goal from Buddy Robinson at 16:56 of the first. Victor Ejdsell replying for Rockford in the second period at 11:53. Ejdsell coming over from Sweden to join the Blackhawks organization. Played this past campaign in the Swedish Hockey League and had 20 goals. He's now got 3 goals in 4 postseason games for Rockford, including the series winner against the Chicago Wolves in round number 1. Victor Ejdsell. Teams are just about set for period 3. Moose in blue to the right. Ice Hogs in white down to the left. Eric Comrie for the home side. And Colin Delia for the visitors. The goaltenders, the referees are Chris Schlenker and Reed Anderson. Kelsey Mahoney and Travis Scarlett are working the lines. And it's a big, big time in the hockey game. Manitoba with Brendan Lemieux in the penalty box. 1:48 to serve in the minor for interference. And the Moose are going to try and take care of business there. One other game complete tonight in the American Hockey League. Lehigh Valley Phantoms drawing first blood in that Atlantic Division final with the Checkers out of Charlotte. 2-1 Lehigh Valley winning that one. Still to come tonight, the Texas Stars and Tucson Roadrunners in a Pacific Division final game. That one seeing Tucson with a 1-0 series lead entering the action this evening. As far as the Central Division is concerned, here we are, all even at 1 and about to begin period number 3. NHL playoff action tonight. Tampa and Boston 3-3 through 3. We got San Jose and Las Vegas getting together in just a little bit, so lots to keep an eye on in the National Hockey League. Jets back at it tomorrow, of course. Series all tied at 2 with the Nashville Predators. They're in Music City, and we'll face it off at 8:30 tomorrow night. TSN 1290, the place to be for all the coverage. 15 seconds into the penalty kill to begin the third period. DiDomenico with the puck, gets the Moose line, goes to the right for Sakura, drops off for Clendenning. Clendenning snaps it, doesn't get through. Johnson to the left circle, shot by Franson, saved, they jam at it, and Comrie did well. It bounced off of him, but he was very quick to cover it up, with Sakura there looking to deposit one in behind and give Rockford the lead for the first time.
Well, great job by Manitoba, especially the back end, the defense in front of Eric Comrie, allowing him to see the puck, and eventually gets over to that left side circle. A little bit of a one-timer. It was a bobbling puck, and as you mentioned, Eric Comrie had to do a good job there, and not only making the save, but getting on top of that rebound.
Comrie in the stance, peering out to his right. In for the face-off, Sutter. He got it back, but the Moose don't clear. Now they'll get a break, and it comes outside the line. Handled by Clendenning. Forward on the right for DiDomenico. He flops it in the left wing corner. First there, Stojkovic. Around for Schilling. Drives it, can't get it out. DiDomenico on the right wing. DiDomenico to the line. There's Clendenning. LaPlante watches him, goes left side. Franzen drives it, missed the far side, and that'll help the Moose. Down the ice it goes. 1 minute gone in this third period, and now 46 seconds to go in the penalty to Brendan Lemieux. All tied at 1, a goal in each period. First one coming for the Moose. Rockford in reply. Here we are, all square as the power play rolls on. Dahlstrom left side, Lewis in the left circle to the line. Dahlstrom fires it, that ricocheted off a stick and missed the Moose net. Coming over Melchiori, unable to clear. Ejdsell's pass picked off by Cormier. It's a 2-on-1. Cormier down the right, good stick from Dahlstrom. Got over and knocked it off the stick of the captain, with Robinson driving the net on the weak side. Out of the zone is Kampf. He'll come to center. Kampf across the line. Takes a look. Checked off of it by Cormier, who's been out there for a while. They're down to 5 seconds to go in the power play, and Melchiori skating away. Melchiori ahead for Petan. Petan driving to the net. Petan backhand, and it's saved by Delia, and it goes into the corner right side. Forsling had it, taken from him. Scooped up by Scarbosa, then taken from him. On for Lewis. Lewis across the Moose line. Long shot, saved by Comrie. He'll hold it as the Moose settle in back to 5-on-5 after a huge penalty kill.
Well, huge penalty kill. I mean, Comrie had to make one stop early in the PK, but really past that, Manitoba had the best chances. Cormier had a great shot block there, and then a great opportunity on a partial break that Robinson, as you mentioned, was busting up there. And Cormier was just about to get that backhand pass over there, was broken up, and then just right there at the end, great job by Nick Petan, grabbing the angle, taking it in front of the net, and trying to go 5-hole on Delia.
Face-off is in the Moose zone, picking it up along the left wing. Off the drop of the puck was Petan. He just hoisted it in the center circle. Boma back into his own zone. Gustav Forsling ahead for Radish. Radish gives to Boma. Taken from him by Petan. He goes to DeLeo. DeLeo strides down the right. Gets a turn on his man, but lost possession. Now it's scooped to the corner. Petan jabbed at it. Unable to get it to the line. Cleared out by Rockford. Taken neatly at the Moose line on the backhand by Stojkovic. And he played it ahead. Bouncing puck, gobbled by Scarbosa. He curls back towards the Moose blue line, now slides it back in the Moose zone, and will head off on a change as Stojkovic flips the puck in the air, but he shot that one right over the glass from the defensive zone. So the Moose might be in trouble here. Penalty coming up to Peter Stojkovic. He was just trying to buy a little time for the Moose with a soft clearance, and it went directly over the glass. Another big penalty kill situation.
Oh, and this is such a tough one. Unfortunate. Stojkovic, as you mentioned, just trying to buy a little bit of time, and unfortunately puts it over the glass and read away the linesman. He knew it. He was pointing right to the box. There was no discussion on this one. So another huge penalty kill back-to-back for the Manitoba Moose. Did a great job on the first one. We'll have to do an even better job here on this second one here that Rockford has early into the third period.
Rockford 7 for 20 on the power play in the playoffs as the Moose get a shorthanded effort from Robinson that slides in the right wing corner, and that Rockford zone down to our left. DiDomenico quickly up with the puck. DiDomenico ahead on the right for Johnson. Johnson will knife it in. Comrie steps out of the net, waves at it, but can't knock it down. Franzen's along the boards. He's being checked by Cormier. Gets the puck off to Johnson. Johnson center line, Glendening. Glendening stationary. The Moose are happy with that, but now he's getting more mobile, and he gets it off to DiDomenico. Backside scores! Deflected in front by Sakura, who got net side on Schilling and was able to put it into the net. Rockford makes the Moose pay for the penalty problems.
Yeah, and that didn't take too long, Mitch. That's just over 30 seconds. Rockford has the zone, and just a good play by Domenico. He's coming in on the right side, just gets below the right side circle. And as you mentioned, Schilling finds himself on the outside of that one in front of the net, and just a great redirect by Rockford. Eric Comrie had no chance on that one. So lots of time left. Rockford up 2-1. Manitoba's going to have to stay out of the penalty box here and start generating some things 5-on-5.
It was on their watch list coming into this. They had to be disciplined. They knew Rockford could make it happen on the power play, and that they've done, taking the 2-1 lead. Now down the right side, trying to even things up. Scarbosa in the Rockford zone on the boards to Petan. Petan to the line, and there's Melchiori. Whipped a pass across the blue line, but it slipped out to neutral ice. And Niku will slide one to Petan. Back in the Moose zone they go. It goes to Niku, then back to Petan. Petan runs out of room, ran into Caro. Puck played forward, knocking it down. Niku, then Niku's taken down, clearly tripped. And neither official has his hand in the air. Surprising no call there. Top defenseman in the American Hockey League this season, skating with the puck and suddenly down on the ice, and they score. Hayden takes advantage of a pass in front, drives it by Comrie, and it goes from a non-call to a 2-goal Rockford lead.
Oh boy, and I agree with you, Mitch. It's hard. Niku has this puck. He's backpedaling. He's looking to find the back of the net, and Rockford trips him up. The puck eventually ends up over on the right side. Rockford does a great job of winning a couple board battles and eventually gets that puck to the middle part of the ice, middle part hash marks that is, and Hayden, just a quick one-timer snapshot, beats Eric Comrie, blocker side, just inside the post. Makes this game 3-1. Boy, I don't know how both officials, as you mentioned, there was not a bunch of traffic around the play. Niku was looking to find the back of the net and is clearly tripped.
Goals 45 seconds apart, breaking open this 1-1 tie. Action into the Rockford zone. Forsling slammed into by Beauvillier. Coming over to help out Sutter. They'll get the puck down low. Jamming it around the wall, down from the line, Schilling. Schilling puts it low, skating over to it, Beauvillier rims it to the line, and there's Kosteluk, the drive, and it's wide of the cage. Moose have plenty of time, but they're down 2. Sutter in front, trying to get position on Forsling. Didn't work out. We'll go to Boma. Boma sends it ahead, taken by Kampf. He's across the line, drops to DiDomenico, fires, and that one steered wide by Kampf as he drove that center lane and got a stick on it. Manitoba experiencing the quick strike ability of the Ice Hogs. Moose shoot it in, get a change. Top line out, cleared out by the Ice Hogs. Lemieux back into his own zone, will give to Godovets. Godovets on for Robinson. Robinson shoves it down low, out of the net, Delia. Delia on the boards. HL comes over, then his stick breaks on a pass attempt. Robinson gets the puck. Robinson being watched, will play it back to his own zone and quickly in Johnson. Johnson picks it up, fires, Comrie the save. Rebound to a dangerous spot, but the Moose will clear the danger. Ahead on the right, Lemieux. He goes to Robinson, deemed offside at the Rockford line. Whistle stopping the play with 14:23 to go in the third, and you can almost feel the frustration right now from the Manitoba Moose, Trevor, and that's not going to help them. They need to find a way to keep it cool here with all this time left and only down by 2.
Well, there is lots of time left, 14:23 to be exact, left in this third period. As you mentioned, yes, let's calm the nerves here a little bit. Let's settle down. Let's get back to playing our game. Certainly 5-on-5 is where it's going to have to happen, and that again, just be sharp and make the right reads, play the good defensive part game first, but then you have to start looking at finding that speed, finding that pace, and getting pucks in low on Rockford.
Rockford with 3 straight goals in the game, 2 of them here in the third, 45 seconds apart after Robinson had opened the scoring late in period 1. HL, Sakura, and Hayden for the visitors. Plays at even strength and in neutral ice. Puck gets shoved in the Rockford zone. Svedberg goes to his right to Franzen. Lead pass to Carroll. Carroll will give to Pelche. Takes the Moose line and heads down low. Gets in behind the net. Melchiori with a good stick. Separated the puck from Pelche, but now comes to the line for Dahlstrom. Right side, Clendenning. Clendenning with a drive. That one is knocked down. Skating it out, Cease. And he'll slide the puck in the Rockford end. Head off on a change as the fourth line gets a quick turn. Possession for Rockford. Clendenning off the boards and out. Schilling in neutral ice to his right for Kostlik. Ahead intended for DeLeo, who's had 5 shots in the game through 2 periods. He gets across the Rockford line. DeLeo now with some nifty stick handling. Sends the puck off the end boards. Around to track it, Clendenning. Was sent on the wall, hit Patan up high. And escaping are the Ice Hogs. Down the left side, Martinson being forced wide by Kostlik. Behind the net it goes, and it's pushed free. And in to pick it up and stride forward, Chase DeLeo. He goes to Scarbosa. Scarbosa with the shoot in. DeLeo the forecheck bodies Dahlstrom, but the puck will go to Clendenning. Clendenning spins the puck around the right wing corner. Lemieux comes over. Lemieux with Dahlstrom on him will play the puck to the near side boards. In an aggressive Cormier. Cormier finds it. Gives the puck to Robinson. Robinson behind the Rockford net. Backhand try, nets off the moorings. And that will bring play to a halt. 12:36 to go in period 3, and the Ice Hogs strike with a couple to spread this one out. Martinson with a cross-check to the chest of Cormier as the players on the ice come together after the whistle. Cormier keeps his cool. Melchiori comes in to stand up for his teammate. And it appears the referees will take a pass on issuing any sentences as a result of what took place. 12:36 to go in the third, and Rockford leads it 3-1 on TSN 1290. 12 minutes, 36 seconds to go in period 3. Big period for the Rockford Ice Hogs. They were denied an early power play opportunity in the third period, but were able to take advantage of a second power play chance and get themselves out in front for the first time in the game and in the series when Sakura scored at 3:29. 45 seconds later, John Hayden cashed in on an even strength goal. And here we are with Rockford suddenly looking like they're in the driver's seat, 3-1. Still 12:36 to go in the third period, though, Trevor, as they do some maintenance work in the goal crease and get things ready to go once again.
Well, we're seeing a lot out of that first line now of Lemieux, Cormier, and Robinson to try and get the Manitoba Moose back into this thing. I was just talking to you off air here about activating the back end for the Manitoba Moose here. I know I mentioned you don't want to take a whole bunch of risk here. There still is 12:36 left in that period, but if the opportunity is there, you have to see the Manitoba Moose in the back end to try and get in on the offensive part of the game.
Keep an eye out for that. The Moose this time, though, forced back into their own zone. Sami Niku, a guy who can get active, works it ahead. Picked up by Schilling. You can say the same about him. Goes to Cormier, fires it in. Out of the net is Delia. Delia puts it on the boards. Moose were getting a change and weren't ready to hold it in at the line. Now the puck comes to Niku. Niku ahead, Robinson. Robinson trying to get wide on Radish. Will go internally with the puck instead. Center of the zone. Comes to Cormier. Tried to get the shot away and lost his balance. And now the puck played forward by Rockford in the Moose end. Just past 8 minutes gone in the third. 3 unanswered so far for the Ice Hogs. The Blackhawks affiliate leads it by 2. First round best of 5, second round best of 7, everything beyond the first round of best of 7. Game 2 tomorrow afternoon, 4 o'clock, Bell MTS Place. Tickets available at moosehockey.com/tickets. If you're coming to the game, please bring a non-perishable food item. Out in front it goes, Lepon with a chance. Steered away by Delia. Puck picked up by Kosteluk. He's down the left side, backhands it. Delia stopped it. Big rebound penalty coming up as Lepon is shoved into the net, then cross-checked by Svedberg. And there'll be a minor penalty to the big Swedish defenseman for the Rockford Ice Hogs. The Moose will get their second power play chance of the game, and this is a biggie.
Well, and that starts, Mitch, we just talked about defense activating. Great job by Kosteluk, keeping that puck in. Right side pinch, he comes all the way down to literally the hash marks, keeps that in, gets around, makes a great play in front, and then keeps going, eventually finds the puck again, puts it to net on Delia, and man, that's where the interference call happens, right in that blue paint. So a great job by Kosteluk keeping that puck in Rockford's end, and eventually Manitoba gets a penalty out of it, and on the power play here.
And the first unit is out. Cormier, Robinson, as well as Patan, DeLeo, and Niku. DeLeo fires, and Cormier deflected it wide. On the right side, Patan tried to pass between his legs, picked off by Johnson, and he'll slide at the distance. 1:40 to go in the advantage. 11 minutes to go in the third. The Moose hungry to reply after seeing Rockford strike twice here in the third. Through the neutral zone they go. DeLeo shoots it in. Delia out of the net, couldn't stop it. Robinson pushes it around the left side. And now we've got another whistle stopping the play. And the face-off
the net is
inside
off
the
again.
Rockford. It's the other pipe now that's come off. It was the far side, left side goal post they had worked on in the last stoppage. Now they're coming out to work on the right side. And the staff here outstanding. The ice known to be amongst the very best surfaces in hockey, and we don't see this kind of thing very often here.
No, not bad though. I mean, Manitoba will take the face-off here, set up correctly. The puck was being rimmed around and was coming quick, and Manitoba wasn't ready for it. So
I want to leave this unit a chance to stay out a little longer too.
A little bit of a breather here. So this is not a bad thing. The referee blew it down immediately, pointed to the left side face-off dot, and called out the maintenance staff. So good opportunity here. You see Niku talking right now with Patrice Cormier, perhaps talking about a play. Patan out there, he'll be working the half wall. DeLeo here, big face-off for him. Now you take that back. It's Cormier that's going to be stepping in here for this big face-off.
Left-hand shot in that left circle. Top face-off man for the Moose up against the opposite 28. Tyler Sakura. Bit of a scrum at the draw, but it comes to the line. Now sent right side. Drive, save Delia, loose in front. And Robinson didn't see the puck go through his legs. Golfed away by Rockford, and that sailed into the Moose bench. Jamie Phillips with the gloves up, trying to protect himself. Backup netminder on the bench there. Nearly had to make a stop.
Well, great opportunity. Great face-off win by Patrice Cormier. Gets it right back. Quick D-to-D pass. Good opportunity. Good one-timer shot from the top of the circles, and Delio had to make a good stop on that with a good shot by the Manitoba Moose.
Face off again in that Rockford zone, and over to it Dahlstrom. He will send it down the ice. Out of his net, Comrie. He's leaving it there, but first making sure it's safe to do so, and now we'll hand it off to Sami Niku. Niku starting up the ice. He'll get to the red line. Backhanded on for Lemieux. Lemieux down the left wing. Puts it off the end boards. Bounces around the right. Petan slips it down the wall. Robinson beaten to it by Boma. And Boma will just bump it to the Moose blue line. There's Niku. Ahead to DeLeo. DeLeo wanted it off the boards on the other side of the D-man to Lemieux, but well read and cleared by Rockford. And Rockford a little stronger in those one-on-one confrontations right now. Skating forward, Petan across the red line, across the Rockford line. Petan in behind the net, he's forced. Then it's chopped off of his stick. Radish whips it around the glass. And at the line, Schilling did everything he could to hold it in, but couldn't quite. That allows Rockford to get the puck. Radish sends it in the Moose zone. 10 seconds to go in the power play. And it looks like the Moose might see this one go by the wayside. Schilling striding to center. Plays it off to Kostelic. Scarbosa back to Kostelic. Played off the right wing board. Sporsling comes over. He's met by 3 Moose players. Scarbosa will send it to the line. There's Schilling. Schilling to Lemieux. Lemieux plays it down in the right wing corner. In behind the Rockford net. Scarbosa around the wall. Lemieux shoots, deflected in front by Sutter. Saved Delia. Sutter's got the free puck. He tries to get it out in front. Intercepted by the Ice Hogs, and DiDomenico will go to Kampf. Kampf down the left wing. He's into Moose territory and just plays it off the boards. Now a centering effort. DiDomenico knocked away by Comrie. Skating to it left side in the Moose zone, Scarbosa. 8:45 to go in the third. Rockford scored twice in the period. They lead 3-1. It's game 1 of the Central Division final. Dahlstrom ahead for Rockford. Right wing side and neutral ice to DiDomenico. He'll give it back to Dahlstrom, jumping up in the play. And stick lifted and puck taken away by Stojkovic. Ahead for Lapon. Lapon looking for his first goal of the postseason. He's in, and he got the shot, but it goes wide, and now the net's off the moorings again. This time Clendenning shoved it off. And they're going to put the face-off outside the line, so perhaps it was a Moose player sending Clendenning into the net. 8 minutes, 8 seconds to go. That's 8 minutes, 18 seconds to go here in period 3. And Rockford has 3, the Moose just 1. More to come down the stretch in a big part of this opening game of the Central Division Final. You're listening to the Calder Cup Playoffs on TSN 1290. Back in downtown Winnipeg, game 1 of the Central Division Final. Manitoba, the American Hockey League affiliate of the Winnipeg Jets, and Rockford, the American Hockey League affiliate of the Chicago Blackhawks, getting things rolling in their best of 7 second rounder tonight. Chicago's affiliate with 2 goals here in the third and a 3-1 advantage. Mitch Peacock alongside Trevor Kidd. It's been up and down offensively for the Moose in the playoffs. 14 goals for in their 3 wins, 2 goals for in their 2 losses. They've only got 1 on the board so far tonight, but 8-18 still to go in the third. Face off in the Rockford zone down to our left. The fans are into it. Top line out for Manitoba. Fourth line out for Rockford. Put on the boards right side, Lemieux there. Sakura knocked it away from him. Hayden, who's got a goal, gets to center. Plays it to the Moose line and beyond. Gathered in there by Schilling. Ahead on the left for Lemieux. Lemieux looks like he's on a mission. Pushes it across the line. Tries to get free. Was held up. Knocked out by Rockford. Hayden down the left side in the Moose end. Hayden a long shot. Comrie steered it to the corner. Sakura behind the net with it. Got away from Martinson. Franson down from the line. And now it's sent to the slot. Robinson can't pick it up. Svedberg does. Comrie makes the save. Puck available and Robinson's got it. On to Schilling. He'll go to Lemieux, and that's enough for this line. They're going to make a change. Schilling got a shot after the whistle, or at least away from the play, from Martinson. Long drive by Melchiori. Watched go wide by Delia. At the line right side, puck takes a hop on Kosteluk. He'll retreat to neutral ice. Now sent forward, Scarbosa trying to capitalize. It's poked away from him. Lewis goes to the boards and gets it out. Bounces down in the Moose end. Kosteluk is there. Kosteluk ridden out by Carroll. Looked like a bit of interference there, but play carries on. Goes around the right side. Pelche. 7 minutes to go in the third. 3-1 Rockford. Gives it off to Carroll. Down low to Pelche. Pelche working away from Scarbosa. Pelche being watched now by Melchiori. Pelche along the right wing side. Strong on the puck despite his diminutive stature. Pelche continues to battle. Melchiori comes over. Finally, the puck comes available, and Patan has it. Turned it over to Lewis. Lewis goes to Pelche in the slot. He's got some space and fires. It went off Melchiori. Knocking the puck down is the defenseman Jan Kosteluk, and he'll hold on while the Moose make a change. Less than 6.5 to go in the third. Rockford with 3 unanswered so far, a 3-1 lead. In neutral ice, Sutter has it taken away by DiDomenico. DiDomenico, right wing side, puts it in front, turned away by Kosteluk. Skating to it, Lapon, but he didn't get much purchase on it. And back come the Ice Hawks. Beauvillier, some good checking at the Moose line, played the puck forward. Sutter takes a swing at it. Kampf is there too. Beauvillier, DiDomenico, ultimately DiDomenico will drive it in the Moose end. Back there, Stojkovic, pressed to the glass, gets the puck along the boards. Flipping it high in the air and getting it out, Schilling. Back inside the Moose line it goes. Schilling played it to neutral ice. Skating over is Cormier. Not much room to move for the Moose right now. In the Rockford zone, Radish. Pass ahead for Johnson. Johnson crosses center, hoists the puck in the air. Bounces deep, Niku's got it. Niku with his speed up. Plays it forward, taken by DeLeo. DeLeo across the Rockford line. Centers it out in front. Lemieux was driving to the net. Franson goes down. The goal's off the moorings. And play stopped yet again. 5:16 to go in the third. And Rockford continues to lead it 3-1. A final timeout here in period 3. And then at a critical 5 minutes, 16 seconds to come in game 1 of the Central Division Final on TSN 1290. Down to 5 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the third period of game 1 of the Central Division Final between Manitoba and Rockford. The Ice Hogs with 2 in the third period to break open a 1-1 tie. Mitch Peacock with Trevor Kidd, and the Ice Hogs look like they've got this going very much the way they would like over the last, 10 minutes or so of the period.
No, I agree with you. I was going to say the same thing. And you mentioned it probably about probably about 10 minutes ago you mentioned it. I didn't say anything about it, but I was seeing the same thing about the board battles in this third period. Rockford has done a good job winning those board battles along the half wall.
Especially on the Manitoba power play.
Especially on the Manitoba power play. So with 5:16 here left to go, you know, you talk about pace, you talk about speed, you talk about battle. Manitoba's going to have to win a few battles here along the boards and try and get some things in front of Delilia, again, in front of the net. There hasn't been much traffic for him to fight off here in that third period.
Moose trying to create some offense now. They get into that attacking end. Puck goes to the right corner. Scarbosa puts the puck on the boards. Knocked down by Hayden. Hayden in a battle there with Robinson. Robinson swatted it to Patan, but taken away by Sakura. Sakura ahead on the right side for Martinson. Martinson dealt with by Melchiori, but stays on the puck and will shuttle it down low. Sakura in the corner. He's got the puck. Sakura behind the net. Melchiori's on his own. 2 white jerseys around him. And Martinson puts it on the boards for Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom back below the goal line to Boma. Boma to the line, Dahlstrom. 4:25 to go in the third. The lead is 2 and a penalty coming up to Manitoba. Heading for the bench is Delia, the extra skater. DiDomenico jumps over the boards. Play continues in the Moose zone. Kampf on the boards, right side. Forsling to the line for Kampf. Kampf tries to get around Patan. Patan with a stick will poke it free. And then Scarbosa gets the touch, and there's the whistle stopping the play. Scarbosa going to the penalty box with 4:06 to go in the third.
Well, and Scarbosa's animated here as he gets into the penalty box, throws his helmet in there, drops his gloves, kind of throws his stick in disgust as well. Looks like a high sticking call here. He's not impressed, so I'm not sure if it was an accidental thing or we haven't really seen the replay on the situation, but Scarbosa certainly not happy with it and puts Rockford, boy, with 4:06 left in this third period, Manitoba down 2. The last thing they want to do is to be killing a penalty right now.
Well, it's interesting to me because what we've seen is Rockford gain the upper hand in this game, doing exactly what Pascal Vincent said they would do if they were going to be successful. And the Moose have just gotten away from it here in period 3. DiDomenico off the draws, got it in the right circle, cross ice, quick shot Franzen, good save there by Comrie, who jetted out to his right and stayed upright, knocked it away. Another penalty coming as Delia heads to the bench. Glendening at the right point in control. He flips it towards the net. They want the 5-on-3, and they're going to get it quickly as the whistle stops proceedings. And now the Moose will add a second player to the penalty box. It's Cameron Schilling who's having a word with DiDomenico as he makes his way over there. And DiDomenico doesn't seem to understand what Schilling's beef is. But what we know for certain is the Moose are 2 men down with 1:40 to go in the first minor penalty. So this is really tough.
Well, I'm just watching the replay here now. Boy, it is a cross-checking penalty by Schilling in the blocker side corner of Eric Comrie. And yeah, it wasn't aggressive, but it was a cross-checking maneuver, and Rockford player had his vision towards the boards and went into the boards with the cross check, although it be light, went down, and 5-on-3 here now for Rockford.
3.5 minutes to go in the third after a Moose clearance. Glendening's back in the Manitoba zone, gives to HL. HL will drop it off, taken by DiDomenico. DiDomenico to the line, Franzen. Franzen looks to his left, plays it over there. Glendening has space and time, goes to the goal line. Now a backdoor pass, no shot. Comrie working against that right post. The net looks like it's moving, and now it's off as Comrie stands up. And that will halt the play and get the Moose a breather, with Melchiori, Stojkovic, and Cormier putting in some heavy minutes. 1:02 to go on the minor penalty to Mike Scarbosa. Still 1:22 to go in the penalty to Cameron Schilling.
Well, you saw Rockford really trying to work that backdoor play on Eric Comrie to his blocker side. A couple opportunities there, just Rockford couldn't get that puck to lay flat to get that snapshot one-timer, or even the slap shot one-timer. And that net, boy, they've had some problems with both of these nets down here. Comes off its moorings again, and to me, if you're the Manitoba Moose, you're Eric Comrie, you'll take that net coming off right now and having a little reset.
Got a change in. Sutter's out with Melchiori and Kostelic. But still 5-on-3. Rockford controlling. Clendenning shoots, hit Highmore in front, bounce to the side. DiDomenico to the line. Franzen along the boards for DiDomenico. DiDomenico looks back to the blue line, finds Franzen. Franzen goes right for Clendenning, and they switch spots. Clendenning to the left side. Low in the left circle to DiDomenico. He'll skate towards the blue line, and now he'll go to the right circle. DiDomenico, backdoor chance, and Highmore couldn't find the pass. 30 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. At the line, Clendenning. Clendenning tried a backdoor effort, was deflected, but went right to a teammate. Now high in the slot, Franzen. He goes low to DiDomenico. DiDomenico, he gives to Highmore, then to Franzen. Right side for Clendenning. Now back down low left side, a chance. Saved by Comrie. Spectacular sprawling effort to keep it a 2-goal game. Now it's played to H-Shell. H-Shell in the left circle. He'll give the puck to DiDomenico. DiDomenico swooping in towards the net. He goes backdoor, and that broken up by Kostelic as he jumped in. It's 5-on-4, 10 seconds to go in the advantage. Comes to Clendenning. Clendenning gives the puck off to Lewis. Lewis will go to Clendenning. Sent left circle. Franzen chased after by Kostelic. The puck comes free, and Melchiori will slide it over to Kostelic. The 5-on-3 is done. Scarbosa back in the mix. Now they're caught at the bench with too many men. The pass hit the guy jumping over the boards, and play allowed to carry on. That's a couple the Moose did not get the benefit of the doubt of here in this third period. Down to 1:28 to go in this third period. 3-1 the score, and another penalty coming to Manitoba. Johnson across the Moose line. Gives it to Lewis. Lewis down low to Johnson. Around for Carroll. Carroll to the line. Dahlstrom. Dahlstrom stepped outside the line. Now the whistle stops the play as Cormier and Carroll come together. 1:10 to go in this third period. And is there a...
This looks like some sort of unsportsmanlike...
From the bench, maybe?
Yes. Misconduct. And certainly, Mitch, as we saw, too many men on the ice. The puck was being cleared down, and it hits the Rockford player with both feet still on the ice. Prevents the clear. And something must have been said here.
You can see Patrice Cormier talking to the official after the stoppage, and you could also see Patrice Cormier after a very short conversation just kind of turn his head and say, okay, well, we're not getting anywhere here.
Yeah, not sure if it was a bench. I mean, Nick Patan is the player that's going to be serving this penalty, so tough to say whether it was a coach, a player. You mentioned Cormier, perhaps Patan, but clearly the bench saw it much like we did up here and thought maybe there should have been a too many men on the ice call. With 1:10 left, boy, Manitoba's in a tough spot here, down 3-1.
Patan for unsportsmanlike conduct, the empty net, and Rockford puts this one away. Franzen fires one into the vacated cage, and with their third goal of this third period, Rockford in command at 4-1. Well, you said after the second period, Trevor, you felt that the Moose were doing things the way that they wanted to, playing the game the way they needed to give themselves the chance to win. And I agree with you completely. I thought the first 40 minutes were very much on plan. They've gotten away from it here in the third.
Well, Nick Patan still trying to plead his case with the Stripes here, and the Stripes are wanting nothing to do with it. Basically told Nick Patan to get back to the bench.
Less than a minute to go in the third. Rockford leads game one 4-1. Play into the Moose zone. Along the boards, puck hops loose. McLeese jabs it to the corner. Hayden comes over, collides with Godovets. Puck taken by Kostelic. Kostelic starts out of his own zone, plays a pass forward. It got away from Cease. Sent in the right corner, Kaspic. Kaspic tries to get away from Radish. They battle along the end board. Cease finds the puck, goes to the line for Kostelic. He snaps one, scores! That one looked like it went off Svedberg in front, and dipped, went between the pads of Delia, and the Moose have a second to make it 4-2. Eric Comrie's wondering if he's wanted at the bench or when he might be wanted at the bench to get an extra skater out here late on.
Well, I mean, Kostelic's had a few opportunities in this third period. He's been the one guy from the back end that's activated a few times, and I've mentioned it throughout the game here tonight that getting some shots from the point, getting some traffic in front of Delia would be important, and this one's a redirect from high in the slot.
Svedberg looks like he's getting out of the way instead of blocking the shot, and it hits him and goes in.
Hits him and finds the 5-hole on Delia to make this game 4-2, but 20 seconds left here. It's winding down.
Sent into the Rockford zone. In after it on the forecheck. McLeese on the right side. McLeese battling on the boards. Trying to get something late here for Manitoba to add to the score line, but it looks like they're going to run out of time. Sent in front by Niku, jabbed away by the keeper Delia. Picking it up is Schilling. Schilling sends it to his right as the horn sounds, and the game comes to a close. The Manitoba Moose, with a tough third period, are defeated by the red-hot Rockford IceHogs, who remain unbeaten in the postseason after a sweep of the Chicago Wolves. They go to 4-0 in the playoffs with a 4-2 win over the Manitoba Moose in Game 1 of the Central Division Final. Plenty to come in the post-game show. We've got stats, analysis, word from the Moose dressing room, and a look at out-of-town scores. So stay with us for all of that. Rockford with a 1-0 series lead thanks to a 4-2 win on TSN 1290. Okay, right now? Because I got a bunch of stuff to write out. Oh, you mean for later? I see what you mean. Oh, okay. Okay. Back to Bell MTS Place, which is emptied out pretty quickly tonight. Things slipping away from the home side in period 3. The Rockford IceHogs have a 1-game-to-none lead in the best-of-7 Central Division Final thanks to a 4-2 victory propelled by a strong third period of play. We'll get to that in just a moment. We go back to the beginning of this one, though, to start telling you the story, and it was the Moose who opened the scoring in the game late in period 1. Manitoba with the 1-0 lead at 16:56 thanks to Buddy Robinson's first of the playoffs. He had a couple of assists in the series clincher in Grand Rapids on Monday. Comes through with his first goal in the playoffs late in the first, and Manitoba with a 1-0 lead through 20 minutes. A period that saw the Moose outshot 9-7 by the Rockford IceHogs. So off the second period we would go, and in that second period, not long after the midway mark, it was Rockford finding a way to tie the game. Victor Aidshell tallying at 11:53 of the second period, and the game was all square at one. Shots on net in the second, 12-10 in favor of the Rockford Ice Hogs. So the game delicately balanced after 40 minutes, all even at one. Manitoba shorthanded, though, beginning the third period. They would find a way to get through the penalty to Brendan Lemieux, but then Peter Stojkovic was sentenced for sending the puck over the glass. He went to the penalty box, and to the power play went the Rockford Ice Hogs. Key moment in the hockey game. The Moose shorthanded. The Rockford power play vaunted after a very impressive opening round performance against the Chicago Wolves. And Trevor Kidd, they take the lead on the man advantage. The Moose got through one minor penalty there, but couldn't get through the second.
Well, to me, that was probably the turning point of the game. I mean, we talked about between the second and third, like, listen, this game is 1-1. If you're the Manitoba Moose, you're pretty happy about things, talking about the experience that Rockford had, the 1,500 games, the experience when you start talking about the Manitoba Moose. I mean, it is very green, it is very young, but still a great experience when you start talking about first round and Grand Rapids. So to me, again, talking about the start, talking about the series, talking about the 2-3-2, I mean, the opportunity going into the third period against Rockford, all square, tied at one, big time for Manitoba, and just unfortunate there with Stojkovic. They kill the first one to Lemieux. He ends that second period taking a couple licks and a couple cross checks, loses his helmet, the interference call. They kill that off. Fortunate, in my opinion, to kill it off. Rockford throughout the night had some good looks on the power play. Really liked working the seam. Some backdoor plays on Comrie, and geez, they just couldn't get away, couldn't get through that one with Stojkovic, and made the game 2-1. And for a good chunk of that third period, boy, they just couldn't get it back, the Manitoba Moose.
Yeah, it was Sakura's power play goal that provided that first bit of separation for Rockford, and then they would extend the lead to 2 on a goal from John Hayden. Tough moment in the game there for the Manitoba Moose. Sami Niku had the puck. His skating looked pretty good until a stick was put into his skate blades. Down he went, and Rockford capitalized on the continued possession. Martinson to Hayden to the back of the net. 45 seconds after the game was 2-1 Rockford. It was 3-1 Rockford, and we try to steer clear of any commentary about the officials because they're professionals. They do a great job on a regular basis, but it really seemed, at least at first blush from our point of view, that they missed one there, and the Moose were made to pay.
Well, to me, no, I agree with you. I mean, Niku is going back. He's in the left side. He's skating back. You can clearly see that he's going to try and get the net. And Rockford gets his stick in there and trips him up. And to me, if you're the Stripes, you have to call that. I mean, that is in the defensive zone. That's creating an offensive opportunity through basically interference, tripping, whatever way you want to call it. As you mentioned, 10 seconds later, it was in the back